strength. It's not just about muscle, it's about will. Grit, the fire inside that refuses to quit. Every rep, every lift, every drop of sweat, it all leads to this moment. This is for the relentless. The dedicated. The ones who push past limits and redefine strength. You don't just lift the weight. You lift yourself. You lift your legacy. Powerlifting isn't a sport. It's a statement. How strong is yours?
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the 2025 European Open Classic Powerlifting Championships here in sunny, or not so sunny right now, Malaga, Spain. I'm Amelia Potter, joined by Alex Nordam.
Hi Amelia, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Hyped up after that intro video.
That intro was nice.
Yeah, it was very, very good. Going to make us nice and energetic each morning, and not that we're going to need it. We've got some exciting sessions coming up this morning. We have two groups. We have the first group consisting of the 47A group, so we will see all of the 47s as they line up here. Mixed amongst them is the 52B group. We'll see the 52As this evening in prime time. And the second group that will come through after we see all the ladies lift will be the 74B group, where we will see with the 52, this afternoon, the A group. So lots of exciting lifting to come.
Looking forward to statements being made, as we've seen in the intro. It's looking nice. We are looking forward to those battles. It's going to be a nice and packed European Championship here in Malaga.
Absolutely. Lots of big lifts, lots of big fights, lots of battles coming up our way, and only 15 seconds until the first lift of the championships makes its way. We've got Mariam Chechkladze from Georgia.
The openers for the 47s and the 52s ranging from 90 kilos to 130 kilos.
A nice big range there. And here Mariam comes.
For Mariam Chechkladze of Georgia. Round of applause, please. Our first lifter is on the platform. Thank you.
There'll be a big fight, I think, between her and Clark from Ireland, looking for that bronze podium position. And perhaps, if something slips up with Sanchez Gutierrez, a fight for silver.
No doubt there. That was a deep squat.
Okay, that looked good.
Yeah, lovely clean squat there from Mariam, and 3 white lights, a good lift.
Is that a great sign? The first squat of the championship being 3 white lights and very convincing. I hope it is.
I hope so too, and I hope the rest of the lifters follow. As we now have her teammate Marie Beglashvili from Georgia opening on 90 kilos. Personal best of 120, so opening somewhat conservatively, I imagine. Although that could have been done in a different weight class. We'll have to wait and see. Lovely and easy there.
Yeah, looking pretty strong.
3 white lights and a good lift for Beglarashvili. 102.5 on the bar now for Miriam Sanchez Gutierrez.
Yeah, 3 white lights and a good lift. Lovely.
Clark and Kostikasi, get ready.
Pretty rare to see those shoes used for squat, but I mean, if it works for her.
Yeah.
Usually you want the most stability possible.
Yeah, you normally see either a heel or a pretty flat shoe. Miriam Sanchez Gutierrez now from Spain at 102.5 kilos, projected in silver overall.
Some love from the crowd for the first squat.
Yeah, that was lovely. And 3 white lights, a good lift.
3 white lights and a good lift. Next weight on the bar remains at 102.5 kilos.
Really, with these openers, you know, that's exactly what you want to see. Nothing really technically going wrong at this point. The weight's easy. We shouldn't have too much to comment on in that regard.
The bar is loaded. Joanne Clark, Ireland.
Now have Joanne Clark from Ireland coming out with 102.5 kilos. As I said before, in a position to fight for a podium spot. Should all go well today.
And really, with that first squat, you just want to feel the vibes on the platform, see what the referees are, how the rhythm is looking. Get some good vibes from the spotters, maybe a good luck fist bump.
It's a nice clean opener, a little slower than some we've seen, but you know, we know lifters that are just slightly slower. It looked extremely strong. Just waiting for the lights.
Yeah, more of a slow one, but it should pass.
And it's important to note as well, you know, there is a lot of nerves that come with the first lift of the competition, so she's looking strong today.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the second one moves faster.
Absolutely. We now have Jana Koskipasi from Finland, lifting on 110 kilos. This is the first of the 52 kilo lifters we've seen this morning. We'll be jumping between the 47s and 52s. You can see just above their name which weight class they land in. Very speedy into the hole there. Strong looking opener. You certainly get a feel of the different lifters' techniques here. With a lifter that's quicker into the hole, usually we see a quicker sticking point as it gets heavier, but we'll have to keep our eye on that.
Yeah, but this one looks pretty fast, but I don't know if it was as controlled as she would have liked. So maybe again another case of a opener being nerve-wracking.
Julian Muscolino from Belgium, 110 kilos.
And this one's surprising.
Yeah, and it looks like it surprised her as well. She looks a bit confused by that.
3 white lights and a good lift for Julian Muscolino.
Have a look at that again. It's a good lift nonetheless, but definitely slower than I think she'd want it to be on an opener.
Yeah, for someone that's not used to seeing her lift, it's pretty hard to gauge what's left after this one.
We now have Lola Tremp from Switzerland.
The least experienced lifter so far, only been competing 1 year.
Yeah, incredible place to find yourself with just 1 year experience on the European platform. And opening just 2.5 kilos below her personal best, which isn't unexpected with newer lifters.
Pretty well up to my squad.
Yeah, it seems like she's well on the right path for a personal best today.
Yeah, she's looking good.
I mean, should she take the smallest increment, she would match her personal best anyway. So on a good path.
And squat's looking good. Depths optimized. You don't get any bonus points for going like way down. So great job on her from the lady.
The bar is now loaded for Kristin Ingunn Sveinsdottir from Iceland, opening on 117.5 kilos. Matching the new Reflect SPD knee sleeves to the new Iceland singlets. Very,
Looking good.
yeah, I respect it. Ah, that's lovely.
That's exactly what you want out of an opener.
Yeah, at no point did it seem like she was struggling with the weight. It was nice and easy. She's got it out of the way, and now she can make the jumps necessary to get to the place she needs. And of course, 3 white lights, a good lift.
3 more openers to go.
Yeah, and matched heaviest is also in the 47, sorry, so extremely impressive opener there from Marie. But before we get there, we have Joanna Madras from Poland, 125 kilos. Madras just 1 year off of becoming an M1 as well.
That looks good also.
It was a good lift, 3 white lights.
130 on the bar now for Davida Mari of Italy. Verhulst and sets class.
This is what you want out of an experienced lifter. Opening strong, opening confident.
Yeah, absolutely, and hopefully setting the precedent for the rest of the competition of what openers should be like. As I mentioned before, the joint heaviest opener in this flight for Dalida Mari from Italy, 130 kilos, by far the biggest opener in the 47s by 27.5 kilos. Absolutely incredible. Has a personal best of 147.5. But I haven't seen her come out yet. She is not at the holding area with just 37 seconds to go. That's a bit worrying, Alex.
I'm hoping she's just chalking her back or something, because
30 seconds.
with 30 seconds left, she might be in quite a rush.
And her opener's there, which means she must be here. But it looks like she's probably going to time out with just 20 seconds left. I'll keep my eye on the side for her, but I'll take this moment just to thank our sponsors. Visit Malta, ESN, Maniac, and SPD. You know, without them, none of this would be possible. So very, very grateful. You know, ESN are here handing out some protein samples, and Lord knows we need it on these long days.
Oh, yes, we do. You might want to check them out at their booth. They have some of the best flavors, if I'm being honest.
It's very surprising to see Mari not come out, and I guess we'll see what happens on her second, whether that was a mishap or if she hurt herself warming up. We'll have to wait and see. But our final opener before heading through to the second attempts in the 52s, Stephanie Verhulst from Belgium, 130 kilos. And our first red light there, 2 to 1, a good lift but gets called on depth, so we'll have a look at that again in the replay. See what you think here, Alex.
The angle is from the side where she got a white, so it's pretty hard to judge. Felt like it was borderline, but I think the lift will stand.
Yeah, and like you said before, there's no need to squat extra depth. If you can get it just in, do that. Don't waste too much energy.
And what would you do in that case? You get a 2-to-1, the lift passes. Are you looking to do the same thing during the second or make it a bit more convincing?
It's a tough question because you don't want to expend too much energy on extra depth, but just one referee agreeing with the other there can be the difference. Got Mariam Tetskladze from Georgia, 97.5, 7.5 kilo jump from her opener. Has that classic sticking point for a narrow stance squat, but it still looks really strong.
3 white lights and a good lift.
Yeah, I think she can grind out at least 5 more kilos.
Georgia, the bar is loaded. Clark, Sanchez, Gutierrez.
Yeah, it definitely depends the type of grind she has on her.
And the timing of that heel tilt helping her move forward with the squat.
Marie Beglashvili from Georgia also opting for a 7.5 kilo jump to 97.5, matching her teammates there. Has a personal best of 120, so perhaps she did go down a weight class there, or has been dealing with an injury. And it looks very strong. I want to wait to see what the referees say. Yeah.
Yeah, you saw that.
Yeah, and the side that I watched it from did get the white, so let's have a look from the side that got the depth call there. And it is really borderline, but I think her hip just didn't quite.
I would have to agree on that one.
And now we have Joanne Clark from Ireland, 107.5 kilos. Now in a really good position to fight for podium, but even better if Mari isn't able to get a squat in on the board. Just getting 7.5 kilos below her personal best here on her second attempt. Opener was a little slow, but
Yeah,
like we said,
how is this one going to look is the real question. It does look better.
it looks a lot better, and like we said, it could have just been shaking off some nerves.
Absolutely. This one looks like an opener. 3 white lights.
Yeah, putting herself in a really strong position to fight for that podium spot. And it'll be very telling to see what Sanchez Gutierrez does, but we won't have to wait too long to find out here. She is up next with 110 kilos. Moves her into squat gold for the time being, bearing in mind Mari yet without a squat on the board. And if she gets one in, she'll shoot to gold and stay there.
Yeah, most likely. So 7.5 kilo jump from Miriam. That opener was no big deal.
Yeah, it was very comfortable. This would match her personal best squat as well, here on her second attempt. That's lovely.
Yeah, very controlled.
It's an extremely narrow stance as well for Miriam.
Being a Pilates instructor, she's a bracing master. She can pull off whatever stance she wants.
Seems like it. Yeah, picture perfect. You now have Jana Koskipasi from Finland jumping 5 kilos to 115 for her second attempt.
Jana Koskipasi of Finland.
Still very fast on the way down, but it seems to be working for the finish.
Yeah, she's got a lot of power behind that squat. And it looks like she's feeling good based off the look on her face.
Yeah, she might be pacing to equal her personal best.
The bar is loaded at 115 kilos for Yuli Muscolino, Belgium.
115 kilos load on the bar for Yuli Muscolino from Belgium. 5 kilo jump from her opener.
We mentioned the opener being the slowest out of the bunch. Let's open some corrections.
Wow.
That look borderline.
Yeah, let's wait for the referees there. And 2-1, a good lift. The side that you said, obviously, she looked borderline on is the side that she gets the red, but the jury will look at it, as will we. And it seems like the lift will stay.
And apparently she's just a grinder.
Yeah, and a good one at that. Lola Trempe from Switzerland, 117.5 kilos. 5 kilo jump, surpassing her current personal best of 115. As you said before, Alex, very new to the sport.
Imagine hitting your personal best on your second attempt for your first European Championship after competing only 1 year. That must be something.
Ooh, there's a very quick failing point there. We'll have a look at that again in the replay, and she kept the position really well and just snapped out of it quite fast.
Yeah, that was surprising.
Although as a newer lifter, perhaps just hasn't found that grind in her quite yet. I think she tipped back slightly onto her heels as well, so reattempt it on her third, I'd imagine.
Yeah, if it's just a technicality, we might see some corrections and the lift move like RPE 7, so let's hope for the best.
Now we're seeing a big jump from Christian Ingun Spijnsdorter in the 52 kilo class, jumping almost 10% of her body weight, 10 kilos, to 127.5 on her second attempt. Now her opener was extremely smooth.
You mentioned that she might be aiming at a big jump, especially looking at her personal best.
Yeah.
That must be some kind of Icelandic record.
Yes, 135.5 national record. Be very interested to see how this 10 kilo jump moves, but if this is the way that she trains as well, it's something to take into account. Still a big jump for the size of the lifter.
I guess that's how she trains.
Makes easy work of that. It's a good lift. I can see another 5 to 7.5 in there.
That looked like a reasonable second attempt.
Some lifters like to do equal jumps, so it'd be a big move, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a 10 kilo jump, although 5 to 7.5 definitely feels safer.
Agreed.
And that'll be if she wants to go for that record. Now, obviously we didn't see Dalida Mari come out for her opening attempt, and I can't see her again now, which makes me wonder, did something happen during warm-ups? Because if her numbers are up there, she must have weighed in. Her weight's in at 46.76.
I was hoping it was just a problem with the referees not liking her t-shirt or something that went wrong in terms of equipment, but...
And that really throws a spanner in the works, because she was the favorite to win by a long way, and that really opens it up, because that means only 2.5 kilos should all go well in squat, separates Sanchez Gutierrez and Clark. Sorry, 12.5 kilos and 7.5 kilos separates Tetskladze and Sanchez Gutierrez. So it really opens up the door for all three lifters. Of course, we are hoping that isn't the case and Mari can come
fingers
out.
crossed it isn't too bad for Dalida Mari.
So that is 2 missed squats from Mari. We haven't seen her yet. We're hoping we do, but if we don't, that really opens things up for the other lifters. So 2 second attempts remaining before we head through to the third and final round for the 47 kilo and 52 kilo women. Joanna Mardas from Poland, 132.5 kilos.
That would be a 2.5 kilo personal best for the Polish on her second attempt. Very deep squat, but a big sticking point. This one won't go up.
Yeah, and I know we were talking about the 10 kilo jump being a big one for Svansdottir, but 7.5 kilos again at 52. Quite a sizable jump. She really sinks it.
Yeah, obviously, when you think about a 7.5 kilo jump compared to their body weight, or in terms of percentage on the previous lift, it is huge for those lifters in the 47 and the 52s.
Yeah, well over 10% of their body weight. 132.5 kilos for Stephanie Verhelst from Belgium. She's opted for a 2.5 kilo jump after a bit of a slow opener for her. And her whole torso twists, but she manages to fight it up. And unfortunately, it's just not deep enough. And that happens sometimes if you're a little worried about how hard it's going to be. Your body stops you, and you have to really fight against that from not squatting it quite as deep.
100 kilos on the bar for Mari Beglarashvili, to be followed by Seth Clancy and Clark.
And especially with those stiff sleeves, you might lose a sense for where depth is, and finding out an attempt, just cutting depth a little bit hurts you a lot.
Now seeing that the door for podium might be open, Mari Beglarashvili from Georgia, missing 97.5 in her second, I believe, in depth, looking to go up to 100 kilos anyway. If the door's open, I think she wants to try and run through.
Yeah, for a provisional bronze medal position in a squad event.
And again, the strength is definitely there. Perhaps it is an injury issue, but just not deep enough. Let's have a look at that again, because she's clearly strong enough. It must be an injury issue.
Or maybe this is just the standard she has herself all year long.
You'd think perhaps, though, that she'd put a little bit more weight on if it's a depth issue to help her. But nonetheless, Mariam Tetskladze from Georgia, 102.5 kilos, has squat bronze secured now that her teammate missed that final attempt. So the kilos she's looking to gain here isn't for the squat bronze, but is for the overall podium.
It's going to come in handy. Come on, fight it out. No, it's going to be too heavy, unfortunately.
Yeah, and that's what we're talking about with that speed into the hole. Unless you can maintain that power, then it's really quite hard to push through. You can see it here.
And you can see the elbows going a bit up too high, pushing the ball forward.
110 kilos for Joanne Clark of Ireland. This is an attempt to move her into squat gold for the time being, ahead of Sanchez Gutierrez. But like we said, now that we haven't seen Mari come out, big push for those positions.
And she looks confident. Her second attempt was very, very fast, very convincing. She smiles onto the platform. She knows it's in our ballpark to do this.
Yeah.
Only 2.5 kilo jump. Let's see it.
Her second was better than her first, and her third better than both. Incredible.
3 white lights and a good lift.
3 white lights.
That's a great sight.
Yeah, absolutely. She's enjoying herself, and I'm sure if she had a fourth attempt, it would be even better than the third.
Load 120 now in the warm-up room. Come on.
Bars loaded. 112.5 kilos for Sanchez.
Now we have our potentially penultimate 47 kilo lifter coming out for the squat. We have Miriam Sanchez Gutierrez from Spain, 112.5 kilos, 2.5 kilo jump, looking to take squat gold back from Clark. Her lifts have been looking good. Like we said, that very strong brace and narrow stance. Just 2.5 kilos more, looking to push for position and take back that gold.
Grabbing provisional gold and a personal best on the same lift for Miriam Sanchez Gutierrez. Oh, she fights it out.
Yeah, that is an excellent effort, and 2-1, a good lift. Just gets a depth call there from the side referee, but have a look here. Yeah, that looks into me, and it's just a hard position to tell from sometimes.
Yeah, obviously on that side she got a white. It looks convincing enough. And we have the jury just right in front of us. And they seem to agree the lift will stand.
Julie Musculino from Belgium, 117.5 kilos, a 2.5 kilo jump from her second. Looked a little bit tough. I think 2.5 kilos is the right move here.
Expecting another grinder for Julie Muscolino. And
Wow.
it looks to me like it was not as deep as the previous squats.
That's what I'm a little bit worried about. I want to wait to see what the referees think, and yes,
I'm sorry, that is
I was a little bit concerned about that. We have a look in the replay. I think, as we were saying before, as you get a little bit more worried about the depth, the strength, sorry, that the depth gets cut slightly.
I think she knew it was going to be borderline.
Lola Trempe from Switzerland now retaking 117.5 kilos. This will be a 2.5 kilo personal best. Now on her second one, she attempted it the first time. There was a very quick cut-off point. Just didn't really have much of a grind in her. So if she can stick with it this time, I think it should be hers.
We were mentioning that it might be the inexperience kicking in, but a few words of wisdom from the coach and the corrections being made, we might see that lift move. So fingers crossed for Lola, and time for squats.
Yeah, and that is so much better from Lola. She managed to change something up, and it worked for her. 3 white lights, a good lift, and gets that personal best.
It's nice to see a lifter regain after a second attempt missed, especially in that case with only 1 year of experience. So props to her and her coach.
We now have Jana Koskipasi from Finland, 120 kilos, a 5 kilo jump from her second to match her personal best. Wow, that is incredible, but unfortunately just not there today. She hit the hole very hard, and it swung her around a little bit trying to get out of it.
She almost had me there. When she started fighting, I was like, is this one gonna go up?
Yeah, it was, me too, it was a roller coaster of emotions for her, I'm sure as well, but just not there today. Now, the question that's been on everybody's lips is, Dalida Mari going to be coming out at all for squats today? Of course, if she doesn't, then we know that she is out of the competition, and by the looks of it, it doesn't seem like she is, but I will hold my breath until the bar is loaded.
Yeah, I mean, we are very much hoping for an Italian singlet to cross our path and walk onto the platform, but it's not looking like it.
No, and that really shakes things up, like we said, for the other lifters. I'm sure mentally for the coaches as well, it changes their game plan. They're fighting for different things now. So we're just going to take a moment instead while we have it, again, to talk about our sponsors, ESN, Maniac, SVD, and Visit Malta. Obviously had a lot of championships in Malta so far. It's quite beautiful. SVD here with all of the singlets, the kit. Maniac, we see the kit on the platform,
and we have a warm-up room fully equipped with Maniac, so that is nice. You get exactly what you have on the platform in the warm-up room. 6 brand new racks from Maniac.
Yeah, which is fantastic to see. The lifters get to warm up on the rack that they're on out here. But as the clock counts down, like we said, that really changes things up here, especially for Sanchez Gutierrez, Clark, and Tetskladze. So we look to our final 3 squats of this first flight of the championships before heading through to the 74B group, who will follow. Joanna Mardas from Poland, 132.5 kilos. Missed this on her second, looking to retake it here on her third.
Oh, and once again, that butt rolls forward.
Yeah, stuck with it better this time, I think, but just not there today.
Let's have a look at those elbows on the replay. Is that why the bar rolls forward? Yes, it is. Elbows high, and the bar rolls forward. Once you get out of position, it is very hard to recover.
We see here Christian Ingen Sveinsdottir from Iceland taking a 5 kilo jump, so you know the range that we thought would be more sensible for her to do after that 10 kilo jump, but she's looking incredibly strong. This is just 3 kilos below her Icelandic national squat record. So not looking to chase that today, just looking to get as big of a total as possible.
Not being too greedy right now. Working towards finals placing. And those kilos are going to come in handy when it comes deadlift for sure. Yeah, great call out of the Icelandic coaching staff here.
Yeah, there's no need to empty the tank on squats, especially you know in the B group when you're not going to be fighting for podium. You want to get as big a total as you can. Get the lifter what they want. And we have one squat remaining before we head through to the 74B group. Stephanie Verhulst from Belgium, retaking 132.5 kilos. Had a bit of a tricky opener with 130, jumped 2.5 and missed it on a second, looking to regain those extra 2.5 kilos here.
She needs to control the shift, control the twist, and just sink it a bit more. It is hard to tell whether or not this will pass.
And there we go, 2 to 1, a good lift. Manages to gain those extra 2.5 kilos. We'll have a look at that one more time before we head through to the Met. I think she just tips it in there this time round. And you can see here, leading in the 47s on squats, we have Sanchez Gutierrez with 112.5. In squats, silver, Joanne Clark from Ireland with 110. And in bronze, Tetskladze from Georgia with 97.5. Of course, with the 52s, we have the A group this afternoon, so that is subject to change anyway. And now we have the 74 kilo men. This is the B group. Again, the A group to lift this afternoon at 2 p.m. Kicking us off, we have David Blacha from Poland with 185 kilos.
Convincing opener.
Yeah, very comfortable. A good lift for you white lights.
We have 8 lifters in the 74B group with 7 more openers ranging from 200 kilos to 240, which is a big opener for a B group.
Bar is loaded.
Now have Marat Damlamahans from Latvia, 200 kilos.
With a lot of experience under his belt. He's been competing 10 years. Pretty standard for an opener.
Yeah, very comfortable. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Francesco Boccasile of Italy going for 202.5, followed by Al-Lakawi and Dai. The bar is loaded.
Francesco Boccasile from Italy, 202.5 kilos.
And this time the Italians are on the platform. A bit of a sticking point, but he gets 3 white lights, a good lift.
Yeah, he somewhat grimaces when he comes off, so I think maybe a little harder than he would have wanted it to be as well. But like you said, it's still a good opener.
But nations have their identity in terms of attempt selection, and we've seen the Italians open pretty heavy, being very aggressive with play calling, so I'm not so surprised.
Yeah, it's a lot more common, like you said, to see them push from high to start with. Adel Al-Lankawi from Switzerland now, 212.5 kilos. Very comfortable looking opener there, but unfortunately just not deep enough.
Yeah, he got me worried. I feel like it's hard to judge because of his stance, so I figured he would have got a red.
And actually looks better from that angle.
It is arguable, but is it convincing enough to overturn the lift? I am not sure.
Yeah, the jury are talking about it. The coach didn't go to the jury, which is kind of always worth doing, but we move now to Paul Andre Dai from Ireland, 220 kilos. Opening 10 kilos below his personal best. So should this move well, I imagine he's en route for a personal best today.
He's taking his time to repeat his training routine, his setup.
Yeah, and you've got a whole minute. You might as well use it if you need it. Gets the command with 5 seconds to go. Now it's very strong. Let's wait for the lights there, Alex.
I think you saw that.
I was a little bit worried about that. We'll have a look at that again. It was just too high. So what we're looking for here is we're looking for the hip crease to go below the top of the knee. And it was quick in and out of the hole, but not quick enough that the referees couldn't see.
Maybe it was just too light.
It looks very light. We'll see what the Irish coaches do there.
With the way it looked, he might hope to go up anyway.
We now have Flavio Scuderi from Belgium, 230 kilos. Again, another lifter opening 10 kilos below their personal best.
Still a junior competing in the Opens here today.
Rocking the mismatching shoes and the Squidward socks.
Look good, perform good, as they say.
Absolutely.
The squat looked like Adele squats, but this time only one red light.
Yeah, it does get harder sometimes with certain stances to tell depth. This is the side he gets that red light for. Depth on.
And I can understand, to be honest.
But it is a good lift and he is on the board. Now have Joshua Ola from Ireland opening on 232.5 kilos. Has only been competing for 1 year. He's 23 years old. So still technically a junior there.
Yeah, I think we saw him in Pilsen last year for Euro Juniors.
A lovely, strong looking opener there from Josh.
Yeah, no troubles there. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Yeah, and after a couple missed openers, that's really what you want to see. A nice, comfortable opener to depth, looking strong. And that leaves us with one opener remaining in the 74B group, and that belongs to Giacomo Gamori from Italy. 240 kilos. Very, very comfortable opener there for Giacomo.
Yeah, an impressive opener. Look very comfortable. 3 white lights he gets. A good lift.
And interestingly, the way he walked out, I was a little worried that the squat would be heavy for him, but as soon as he started moving it, it was easy as anything.
Yeah, because he unracked at the same time he was racing, so it looked a bit funky, but no troubles whatsoever.
And just like that, we are done with opening attempts with all bar 2 lifters with a squat on the board. Just some depth issues going on there, but we head through to second attempts now. Hopefully it can be rectified. David Blacker from Poland, 200 kilos, a 15 kilo jump from his opener to match his personal best.
Pretty big jump.
Yeah, it is. It is a pretty big jump. Again,
But
still with the lightweight lifters here.
Yeah, but to be fair, the opener looked easy.
Definitely slowed down, but still a smooth looking squat.
Yeah, still technically sound, but it's gonna be hard to add 5 kilos, maybe 2.5, maximum 5.
Yeah, and the thing is, you know, even if a lift moves well, you never want to underestimate the amount of a jump. You know, if it's a 20 kilo jump, it's going to feel like a 20 kilo jump, but it looked good. Some lifters do just like to make a big jump and then a smaller jump to their third. Marat Damlamahans from Latvia, 210 kilos, a 10 kilo jump to match his personal best.
And this one's already pretty hard.
Yeah, and that was what I was a little concerned about as well. 2 to 1, a no lift for depth. Seeing a lot more depth issues here than we had been in the previous flight. And I think it's just above that border. So with the squat, it's not good enough to just go parallel. You have to go below parallel.
And once again, the coach doesn't rush to the jury, so no arguments there.
So we have Francesco Boccisile from Italy, 212.5 kilos. And from memory, the opener looked a little tough.
Yeah, we mentioned the aggressive play calling from the Italians.
Yeah, although it seemed like he was unsure why it was so hard. So maybe there's something he knows he can fix up. So we'll have to wait and see.
But that 10 kilo jump seems popular for this 74B group. Let's see how this one moves.
And perhaps just one of those lifters that does move their squats somewhat slowly.
That's gonna be a
2 to 1, he gets it. I guess it does look slower than his opener, but it seems to keep on moving.
212 kilos will stay on the bar for
Yeah, and it looks
Al-Lakawi.
in there.
bar
Obviously, this is the
loaded.
side that he gets the white light from.
Followed by Dai and Scuderi.
Now, our next two lifters, both without a squat on the board yet. First, we have Adel Al-Lankawi from Switzerland, retaking 212.5 kilos,
Yeah, both lifters who missed the opener opted to retake it.
which is completely justifiable and sensible. You want to get a squat on the board. It's the first lift of the championships.
Especially at the highest European level.
See if we can sink it a bit further.
That's deeper to me.
It's definitely deeper. Is it deep enough is the question.
Yep.
There we go, 2 to 1, a good lift on the board. Let's have a look at that again, as the jury will as well. This
So you
side.
got a what from that side.
Yeah,
It does look deep enough. Not extra deep, but deep enough.
but it is enough to get on the board, and let's hope the same can be said for Paul Andre Dai from Ireland. Again, another lifter opting to retake 220 kilos. The weight was very, very easy.
But
Arguably,
it
we
was
said he could
very
go
high.
up. Yeah,
It was very high.
it was, which is obviously why they chose to retake it, and maybe why they're opening lighter than his personal best when he clearly has a lot of strength in the tank.
Yeah, it might be a great sign because it must feel very, very strong, very explosive. So if you can correct this, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a 15 kilo jump right after this one.
Yeah, let's just wait and hope he gets this one before we talk about jumps there.
Let's sink it, come on.
It's definitely better. Let's see if it's good enough.
Not convinced yet, but
There we go, he is on the board,
referees are.
3 white lights, a good lift, and like you said, it's still moving well, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a decent sized jump there. Let's have a look at that again.
see on the replay it's not convincing, but since it's very much deeper than his opener, it looked better for
Well,
the referees.
It's within the standards, and that's all we are asking for.
The bar is loaded for Flavio
Now-
Scuderi.
3 second attempts remaining. First up, we have Flavio Scuderi from Belgium, 242.5 kilos, 12.5 kilo jump for a new personal best.
He got one red light, if I remember correctly, in his opener. No room for doubt with that 12.5 kilo onto that first attempt. Belgian aiming at a personal best here today.
Yeah, unfortunately, just not deep enough there for Scuderi. We'll have a look at that again in the replay.
He seems to be surprised.
Some lifters go the opposite way. Some go a little high on their opener because they're worried, and some people get a little too comfortable after getting their opener and go a bit higher. Joshua Ola from Ireland now taking a 10 kilo jump to match his personal best of 242.5 kilos. Okay,
And his opener looked very nice.
it was a strong opener. We were very happy with that. Like we said, still a junior, still very new to the sport. We don't know where his ceiling is, and I'm not sure he does either.
Great second attempt.
And gets a blue for the far side referee.
I'm not so sure what that one would be for.
On the bar for Giacomo Gimori, followed by Blaha and Damla Mayans.
No, I can't personally see what that blue would have been for, and I don't think the jury can either, so
The bar is
I think he'll be
loaded
alright
for
there.
Gimori.
we now have Giacomo Gimori from Italy, 250 kilos, before we head through to the third attempts.
Let's see if the way he unracks the ball looks the same.
I mean, mean, whatever he did on his opener, it seemed to work for him well. But yeah, it definitely looked harder as he walked it out.
Yeah, that same technique, same routine. He's a great squatter.
Yeah, it still looks so comfortable for him. And it is a good lift, 3 white lights.
So technically sound, everything's looking good, well aligned, ready to push. Yeah, that's a great squat.
The bar is loaded.
I'm still thinking about that blue light that we've seen 2 attempts earlier. Could have been for downwards movements or knees not properly locked out or hips not properly locked out, but I didn't see any of that.
Yeah, no, I looked for it as well. I couldn't see that, and the other referees in the jury didn't agree either, so I think we're not crazy for not seeing it. David Blatcher now, our first third attempt from this flight, 210 kilos. This will be a 10 kilo personal best should he make it.
Yeah, I think it was too big of a jump here. After seeing the second, we would have expected something more along the lines of 5 kilos. I think 10 was greedy.
The bar is loaded.
We now have Marat Damlamahans from Latvia retaking 210 kilos after missing it on his second.
Was it a case of strength or a technical issue? We will now be getting the answer. Come on, Mats.
He fights through it really well this time round. Let's wait for the referee's lights. And it is a good lift, 3 white lights.
Yeah, I think it was a technical issue on the second attempt. Congrats on getting the attempt.
Now have 220 kilos for Adel Lankwai from Switzerland.
The bar is loaded.
7.5 kilo jump. He missed his opener on depth, retook it and got it. 2 to 1. And now going up 7.5 kilos to match his personal best.
You don't want to leave any doubts.
No.
You don't want to empty the tank to get a red light. Be convincing, Adel. Last squat attempt for you. And I think that was his deepest squat yet.
Yeah, it certainly looks more comfortable on the platform now. And 2 to 1, a good lift. A depth call from the center referee, but it really is the most difficult position to tell depth from. So
I agree.
he should be fine. Let's have a look at the replay.
Yeah, I think that's his deepest squat.
The bar is loaded for Francesco Boccasile.
We have Francesco Boccasile from Italy, 225 kilos. This is a 12.5 kilo jump, so a bigger jump.
I was not expecting that, to be honest.
Yeah, a bigger jump from his second to his third than we've seen from his first to his second. So that is, as you said, a big push from the Italians, and he looks strong, but they certainly weren't quick. So I'll be interested to see how this moves. This will be a 5 kilo personal best should he make it. Certainly an aggressive jump.
Let's go, Francesco. As they say, die, Francesco. Wow!
Yeah, it's a great effort. I want to wait for the lights there from the referees. They are good. That was a big risk and a big reward.
I mean, if you know yourself, you can trust yourself. That was a surprising call, but he gets it, so we're going to bite our tongues and congratulate him.
Absolutely. Certainly a lot harder when we haven't seen a lifter lift so frequently, but
true.
What a great effort. Now we have Paul Andre Dye from Ireland, 235 kilos. As expected, you got it bang on, a 15-kilo jump, and based on strength, he has definitely
Yeah, for sure.
got that. But
Because he looks strong. He just needs to be convincing, but he looks very strong.
yeah, absolutely. Obviously, got those depth calls on the opener. Got his second attempt in. Now jumping 15 kilos to 235 for a new personal best, and like we said, it's a big jump, but his squats have been moving maybe the best out of the whole flight.
I would agree to that. Come on, Paul Andre, make it convincing.
Yeah, and still so strong there. Let's hope he maintained the depth, and he did. 2 to 1, a good lift for Paul.
242.5.
The replay will be from the side where he got a red light, so
Yeah, but it looks okay there. He came off looking a little bit disappointed, but I think he maybe wanted more from the day, but he should be very proud of himself for coming back, getting that lift and making that huge jump. Probably landed somewhere between where he wanted the second and third to be.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Because the 15-kilo jump is quite big, so he might have covered some ground.
Flavio Scuderi from Belgium, retaking 242.5 kilos.
So back-to-back personal best attempts.
Yeah, just missed it on his second.
Time for precision.
Whoa, that is a phenomenal effort. And if the bar didn't dip,
Yeah, I was expecting some blues and some red. It looked just like his second attempt in terms of depth and some downwards movement.
yeah,
on
it
the
can't
way
be
up.
contested. A huge personal victory though, what a grind.
Ah, wait. That is heartbreaking for him. Back-to-back personal best attempt, missed on depth.
The bar is loaded. Joshua Ola going for
Now our penultimate third
247.5.
attempt in this flight. We have Josh Ola from Ireland, 247.5 kilos, a 5-kilo jump from his second for a 5-kilo personal best. Been looking really strong, sticks with his form really nicely all the way throughout.
Yeah, he looks calm, collected, focused on what he has to do. Yeah, just too heavy, unfortunately.
That is unfortunately going to be a no lift for Ola.
Still walks away with a match
Our
personal
final
best there with the
squat attempt of the
242.5,
74-kilo B group.
and the
Giacomo Gimori
second
going
heaviest
for
squat in his flight,
260 kilos.
which as a junior at an open competition is no
Yeah.
small feat.
Nothing to be ashamed about.
And our final squat of this morning's session is for Giacomo Gimori from Italy, taking another 10-kilo jump to 260 for a 5-kilo personal best attempt, and he has been looking so strong. But let's see if he has another 10 kilos in him. Still a big jump.
I don't want to jinx him by saying I'm confident he has, but I'm kind of confident. If he repeats his signature routine, he should be fine. Dai Giacomo, 260.
And you were absolutely right to be confident. 2 to 1, a good lift, and a new personal best. Let's have a look at that again. Phenomenal. He is a great squatter. And that concludes our first squat session of the championships. We can see the 74 kilos as they stand here, but it's important to note that we have the A group this afternoon lifting off at 2 p.m. with the 52A group. So for now, we're going to head into a 10-minute break before bench press. So don't go anywhere, and we will see you then. Hello and welcome back to the 2025 European Open Classic Powerlifting Championships here in Malaga, Spain. I'm Amelia Potter, joined by Alex Nadal.
Still here.
Yeah, we are still here and here for the rest of the week. We've just had the 47A group, the 52 and 74B group. Now, we were wondering why Mari, the Italian at 47, wasn't coming out. Favourite to win by far, obviously with Tiff Chapon not here. And we found out during the break that she missed weight, and the weight that we saw on the scoreboard said 56 point something, but actually it was 58 point something, so she wasn't
48.
allowed.
Imagine 58.
Sorry, yeah, that would have been a hard cut in any case, but that was why she's not there. So the class is cut down to 4 and the door is open. Mariam Tetskladze from Georgia opening at 50 kilos now.
Yeah, everything's yet to be determined for the podium in the 47s now.
Yeah, really, really a big shake-up, and the top 3 a lot closer than it looked before.
Smooth opener.
3 white lights, a good lift. The new favourite now on home soil seems to be Sanchez Gutierrez, which that would be a very, very sweet victory with a home crowd, should she take it.
And we've just seen the trophy. It is very stylish and it is massive, so if she gets the first position, she'll be close to home to bring it back.
Yeah, it's got a bull on it and it's about the size of one as well.
Yes.
We have 55 kilos for Joanne Clark, who walked away with squat silver and now in a great position for silver overall. Opening 7.5 kilos below her personal best.
And she's the lightest of the 47s.
Yes, weighing at 45.74, 0.04 lighter than Bergershvili. That is a good lift, 3 white lights. So with bench press there tends to be more that can go wrong, more that can go right, I guess, as the complete opposite of that. But there's a lot of technical errors to be made with bench. Hopefully we don't see them, but if we do, we will take you through them when we do.
And it's the movement that has the most command. You've got the start command, the press command, the rack command. You really don't want to do anything unless the chief referee says something.
Yeah, absolutely. Do not blink unless the chief referee says so. Yuli Muscolino now, 57.5 kilos from Belgium. An interesting setup there.
A bit of gymnastics.
Yeah.
But to receive the start command, you need to stay still, have the feet properly set up on the ground, the butt on the bench, the head, the shoulders, and having the elbows extended.
Again, quite a tough opener there for Julie, but it is a good lift nonetheless. Now, usually with bench, unlike squats and deadlift, where it's like, okay, they might just be a slow lifter, bench tends to be a little bit more telling in speed.
True.
It's a hard lift to grind through.
And for those body weight 47s, 52s, 2.5 kilos makes a world of a difference. And if they can hit a world record, they'll be obligated to opt for a 2.5 kilo jump. So we might only see 1 or 2 attempts being made per lifters.
Absolutely. Joanna Mardas from Poland, 60 kilos on the bar, just 2.5 kilos below her personal best. Perhaps looking to get those blue plates on the bar today.
Would be nice.
It would be.
And she could be in a position to do so.
Yeah, it was a very comfortable opener. Good lift, 3 white lights. For those of you slightly newer to watching powerlifting, if you're trying to count up the plates and do the maths, the collars weigh 2.5 kilos. So that would be why 60 kilos doesn't look like a blue each side yet.
65 kilos for Mari Beglarashvili of Georgia.
Mari Beglarashvili from Georgia, 65 kilos. In a good position for a bench medal in the 47s.
She's opening 5 kilo over her personal best. She only got one squat, hoping this goes a different way in the bench press event.
Yeah, that was lovely and comfortable.
2 to 1.
She does get a
good lift
yellow
with
from
one
the
yellow
center
card from the
referee.
centre
I think she might have anticipated the command
Could be
here.
anything,
Yeah,
pretty much.
you can definitely
65 on
meet
the
the
bar,
command
Bianca
where you
Kostapasi
go
of
as the
Finland,
referee
and
says
Sanchez
press,
Gutierrez. Get
but
ready.
the center referee thinks you've jumped it. You're in a bit more
All
danger,
loaded.
but it's hard
65
for the
kilos,
jury then
Iana
to hear that
Kostapasi of
back.
Finland.
And some lifters tend to play this game, trying to anticipate the command. And if you beat the timing, you get a yellow.
Absolutely, and as you said, it's got the most commands of all 3 lifts. Jana Kostapasi from Finland, 65 kilos.
And dare I say, I feel like it's the most technical lift. Because so many wrist joints, stacking, jab grip, mixed grip, like it is such a technical lift.
Yeah. 3 white lights,
Three
a
white
good
lights and a
lift.
good lift.
It is,
Kostapasi,
I would say,
62.5
arguably the
on
most
bar.
technical. I
Stephanie
certainly have
Vehus
seen
of
lifters
Belgium now.
in the
Sanchez
past make it
Gutierrez
very
and
technical and some make
Simon
it
to get ready.
very untechnical. You know, it's
Bar
it
is
depends the
loaded.
lifter, I
62.5
suppose.
kilos for Vehus of Belgium.
in the same way as conventional can be seen as slightly less technical as sumo.
Mm. The more joints are engaged, the more technical it is because you need to control more variables.
Stephanie Verhulst from Belgium, 67.5 kilos. Two to one, a good lift. So the red we'll see from the center referee there will be for elbow depth, which is a slightly newer rule, come in the last couple of years. So we're looking for the elbows to be in line with the shoulder joint, which arguably I would say they were there.
It is very difficult to gauge at full speed. When you have a doubt, you might want to hit that red for the jury to review it.
Yeah, and I think for a lot of referees, the opinion of what depth is may vary, but that seemed, by book, good to me. Miriam Sanchez Gutierrez from Spain, 70 kilos. The heaviest opener by far in the 47s. In a great position should bench go well to stay in the lead overall. As we mentioned, now that Mari from Italy is not in the competition for missing weight.
Very convincing opener, but still a red card from the chief referee.
Yeah, and I want to have a look again at that replay from the front because I want to see if that is the fault of the lifter or perhaps, yeah, see, that is depth by,
It looks very good.
yeah, and I'm not sure I can defend the referee there because I don't agree with the opinion necessarily, but neither the jury, so it means she's safe. Christian Ingens Sveinsdottir from Iceland, 72.5 kilos, our penultimate opening attempt.
And for those of you watching at home not very familiar to powerlifting, the jury can intervene when the referees on the platform are not unanimous. If you get one red or two reds, the jury can review it and they need to be unanimous to overturn the lift.
Yeah, and vice versa, it can be overturned to a good lift from a bad lift as well.
Absolutely. The first sink of the day?
I was about to say, it's a lovely bench and we saw her adopt a small sink there. I don't think we often see huge sinks in lightweight lifters, but
Yeah, I think it's a sink just to get depth in this point. At this point,
yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
adapt and overcome.
I think we're waiting for the flags or maybe the thumbs up from the referees.
2 to 1, a good lift.
With a indication to the left side referee they weren't
Yep,
happy with
the
it.
left side
So 2
referee
to 1 good lift. Next
says a
weight
no
on
lift,
the
but we
bar.
don't get the call
80
at this
kilos
time,
below
so
the
it might have
band
been
base
for the
Switzerland.
butt lifting
The
off the
bar
bench,
is loaded.
for a feet up in the air. We don't know.
Get
Yeah,
ready as we
but
move
for
to
now
round 2
it
after
remains
Trempe.
a good lift. We have our heaviest opening attempt from Lola Trempe from Switzerland, 80 kilos, opening on her personal best, but as you mentioned earlier, Alex, this is her first year competing, so not completely uncommon. And yeah, it was a yellow from the far side referee for Sveinsdottir. This is a huge bench opener for a 52 kilo lifter.
Pretty controlled, pretty easy.
Yeah, it's a lovely opener, and
Good
2
lift,
to 1,
2
a
to
good
1 with
lift.
red card
Again,
from
a
centre referee,
depth call from the
elbow
center
there.
referee, which
And
we will
now to
review
round 2.
in the replay.
Everyone's got one in, that's what we like to see. 55 is on the bar for Mariam Sedgkladze of Georgia. Clark,
Once
Muscoludo,
again,
get
it
ready.
feels weird to see a red
Clark
card
is
from that
loaded,
angle, but
55 kilos.
we fully
For
trust that this
Sedgkladze,
is what the chief
Georgia.
referee saw. But once again, I'm not convinced, Amelia.
Yeah, I think I'll bite my tongue at this point until I'm convinced otherwise. Mariam Sedgkladze from Georgia, 55 kilos, 5 kilo jump from her opener. Like you said, the referees are seeing it in the moment. You know, it's very different from seeing it on the replay, having it slowed down a bit for you. A little hard off the chest, but manages to get the nice poppy lockout.
That is 2 to 1.
Yeah, not so bad for a 5 kilo jump. Let's see what that yellow card was for.
Yeah, we can see from the side angle here, we'll have an eye on the feet and the glutes. There's a small pop, but I don't see the butt lift off of the bench.
Yeah, I think it's more of a contraction.
Yeah, and with that much leg drive, you're going to see that. 60 kilos now for Joanne Clark from Ireland, a 5 kilo jump from her opener, leaving her just 2.5 kilos shy of her personal best. Slowed down a little bit, but still looked strong from Joanne there.
And remember, in the case for those lifters that are benching with a belt, you don't want the bar touching the belt, otherwise it would be ruled a technical foul.
Yeah, and the belt's usually there to help brace into. And it's great to see Joanne having a good time. Definitely the smiliest lifter we've seen this morning.
For sure.
Judy Muscolino from Belgium opting to take the minimum jump, which is 2.5 kilos. Still, 5% of her body weight is a big jump to be the smallest jump, but the opener was a little tough for her. So let's see how this moves.
Yes, this one's not gonna go up, unfortunately. And I think it's just a case of strength here.
Yeah, it was a similar case with her squats where her opener looked a little tough. And with squats, you can bully through a little bit more than you can with bench.
Because she had time to adapt to the equipment, because thanks to the APF and Maniac, the warm-up group is fully equipped with that same pads. Or
yeah, so if the coaches needed to pull the opener down, they have the ability to do so. But hopefully she can come back and get it, but if it is a strength issue, it's hard to come back from. Joanna Mardas now from Poland, 62.5 kilos. Another lifter opting for the 2.5 kilo jump for a matched personal best.
great bench.
Yeah, picture perfect, really. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Yeah, that looks just like her opener. Even on the replay, it looks fast.
Mari Beglashvili from Georgia, 70 kilos, a 5 kilo jump from her opener. Looking to move herself momentarily into bench press gold in the 47s with Sanchez Gutierrez to follow.
That would be 10 kilos over her nominated bench before the competition.
Wow.
That is massive improvement for 47.
she seemed to find something that works for her,
I'm
but
sorry, that's
ooh,
2 to
she
1.
gets
There's an
a
elbow
red from the
deck call
center
for the
referee
centre
and a
and a
yellow
for the left
from the
side
far
referee.
side.
Something clearly moved.
We're looking
2
at
to
the
1,
red here.
no lift, I'm sorry to say.
The yellow would have
70
been
on the
for
bar, Jana
lifting, I
Koski of
imagine.
Finland.
This
Their
time I can
host,
get behind the
Sanchez
red.
Gutierrez.
That
Get
right
ready,
elbow
bar is
might have
loaded,
seemed a
70
bit high to
kilos
me.
for Koski Pasi of
Yeah, and the
Finland.
jury are happy with that decision. The Georgian coach goes to the jury.
It looks more uneven than our opener too.
70 kilos remains on the bar for Jana Koskipasi from Finland. Yeah, and the jury agree and send away the Georgian coach. Lost position a little bit on her chest there, but still managed to push through it really nicely.
Yeah, she powered it through.
Yeah, super strong there.
And the bar is
Koski
loaded.
Pasi, you can see here,
Of Belgium.
lots of power.
Sanchez
Yeah, the bar just
Gutierrez
slipped up her
and
chest a
Stein
bit.
Gautier, get ready.
But if she can still move it well after that. Stephanie Verhulst from Belgium, 70 kilos, a 2.5 kilo jump from her opener, which isn't an abnormal jump to see from first to second in these lighter weight classes at all. Lovely and controlled.
Nice way to reopen the elbows to push on the bar.
Yeah, really good flair. A lovely soft touch on the chest. We can see that again here in the replay.
Stein Gautier, Trempe, get ready. Last 3 lifts in round 2. The flight 1 and the bar is loaded at 72.5 kilos.
Yeah, it's looking good.
For Miriam Sanchez Gutierrez.
3 benches remaining here in the second round. Miriam Sanchez Gutierrez from Spain looking to take 72.5 kilos, a 2.5 kilo jump from her opener.
She's already well in the lead in terms of bench press in the class. Great arch. And it's still moving well.
That's a good lift. 3 white lights for Miriam.
Nothing to say here. 3 white lights for Miriam.
Yeah, and the thing is, now that she's got the pressure off of, you know, well, I was going to say the pressure off of fighting for first, but she wasn't in a position to fight for first now. Now that she's on home soil, you know, she's in a position quite comfortably to get that gold.
Bars loaded. 77.5
You know, she must be
kilos for
enjoying the
Stein
day
Gautier
slightly more
for
than
Iceland.
she would have anticipated.
Yeah, I would lower every opener, don't take any risks, and then add what I can.
Kristen Ingens finds Dortier now 77.5 kilos, a 5 kilo jump from her opener. A little bit of a sticky point in the middle there, but still managed to get through it.
Sorry,
Ooh.
that is no lift. That
One
is a
yellow,
red
one
card
red.
for the centre,
So
yellow
that would
card
be
for
for
the
lack of
outside referee.
depth
I'm
from the
assuming
chief
bench depth.
referee.
Bar is
Yeah, let's
And
have
a
a
yellow
look.
maybe for the butt lifting off the bench.
She did get called for that, I think, on her
Mm.
opener. It's
82.5 kilos for
it's
Lola
so
Trempe of
difficult to
Switzerland.
see, but I think it did ever so slightly come up there.
Yeah, in this case I think I agree. We could see the lighter day between the butt and the bench.
82.5 kilos for Lola Trempe from Switzerland, a 2.5 kilo jump, the heaviest second attempt in this flight. This would be a 2.5 kilo personal best for Lola to make this.
to the one. Good lift.
Yeah, again, just that depth call from the centre referee. You tend to see more depth calls from the lighter weight classes in the women than anywhere else, but again, I think that looks pretty into me, personally.
I would agree. But once again, we have very experienced referees on the platform.
Yeah, and they have to make a split-second decision, but that's why we have the jury, to make sure that we're kept honest.
It might be a case of I don't fully trust my decision making, so I'm just pressing red because I think it's red, but I trust the jury to make the great call.
Miriam Tetskladze from Georgia, 57.5 kilos for her final attempt.
Great call.
Yeah, great.
60 would have been hard.
Ooh, unfortunately, yellows from each side, which usually would indicate some butt lift going on there. So let's have a look.
Yeah, it was the butt again, I'm afraid. Our old friend. 60 on the bar now for Julie Muscolino.
And this tends to happen on the last attempt where you want to compensate with too much leg drive.
6 attempts remain to
Yeah,
change over
it doesn't look like the butt came up too much. It's hard when it is such a sharp angle of the hip, but with that, there's not much butt on the bench. So when it comes up, it's a little more obvious.
Yeah, with sharp angle plus open dips, it's very hard to judge.
Julie Muscolino now missed 60 on her second after a pretty tough opener, retaking it here on her third.
It looked like strength, but was it?
Wow,
Ooh.
I guess not. This is what we're talking about bench being the most technical lift. It is the one lift that you can normally see someone fail on what you think is strength, and they come back and do something like that.
Yep, that's why I kept it a question, because we're never sure.
62.5 kilos, Joanne Clark, Ireland.
62.5 kilos for Joanne Clark from Ireland. A 2.5 kilo jump, and already has bench press bronze secured, as well as the squat silver, in a really strong position right now for that silver overall.
She got me worried there.
Great effort.
Oh, I thought it was gonna go up. I was worried because she lost tension at the bottom. She recovered, pushed, and then finally it wasn't gonna go up.
She still seems happy coming off the platform, and you know that must have felt like a lifetime she was grinding through that bench.
Yeah.
Wow, what a phenomenal effort from Clark then. She still walks away with that bench press bronze.
Poland.
I think she's trying to just lengthen the gap between herself and Tetskladze.
And she's still looking good for a second overall.
Now we have Joanna Mardas from Poland, 65 kilos, another lifter opting for that 2.5 kilo jump for a new personal best. Three white lights, a good lift. Has a very strange sticking point, but she manages to get through it, so it doesn't matter too much.
Hey, he kind of rebounded on the chest before pausing.
Yeah, very, very heavy touch there, which is uncommon to see in the lighter weight classes for sure. Mari Berkashvili from Georgia missed 70 kilos on her second, is attempting 72.5, which would be a huge personal best should she make this in an attempt to go into bench press gold for the time being, ahead of Sanchez Gutierrez.
If I remember correctly, she had one yellow from the left side referee and one red from the chief referee. So 2 corrections to be made. Is it a big ask for Mary? Turns out it
Well
was.
caught, loaders, well caught. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
that is
it wasn't
no
just
lift. That
another
is no
extra
lift.
couple of
We now
kilos. It
move
was
to
considerably
72.5
more than, like
kilos
you said,
for
her
Jana
nominated bench
Koski-Pasi
was.
of
But
Finland.
it's a great effort. It's
Sanchez
just
Gutierrez.
not quite there. She still walked
Get
away with
ready.
that bench press silver in the 47s, however. It's just a slight Hail Mary for the gold.
Yeah, third attempt not looking good in the 47s. But we still have Miriam Sanchez Gutierrez left in the 47.
Bar is loaded. 72.5 kilos.
72.5 kilos now for Jana
Koski-Pasi of
Koski-Pasi from Finland. 2.5 kilo jump. We can see the bench rankings jump around in the 52s, but just a reminder, we have the A group lifting at 2 p.m. today, so that is subject to change. After a very quick descent down, does very well to maintain that control and still push it through.
Yeah, once again, she looks very powerful on the bar.
Does get a depth call from that centre referee, but I think she'll be fine.
72.5 kilos, Belgium.
We now have Stephanie Verhaus from Belgium, 72.5 kilos, a 2.5 kilo jump to match her personal best. It's taken a 2.5 kilo jump each time for bench press.
And that would be a guaranteed bronze medal for the time being. Great bench.
That's a good lift.
Yeah, really nice. Maybe the nicest of the three for her.
75 on the bar now. For Miriam Sanchez Gutierrez of Spain. Spain Zotir and Trempe to get
Bench has
ready.
been going
Last
better
three
for her
lifts
than our squad
in
events.
round 3 for the first flight.
And 3 more bench presses to
Bars
go.
loaded. No more changes to openers. 75 kilos for Miriam Sanchez Gutierrez of Spain.
Miriam Sanchez Gutierrez from Spain, 75 kilos, a new personal best, getting those red plates on the bar, big milestone. She's been looking very, very strong today.
She would be the only 47 to score her third attempt. And for that milestone, it is very much a milestone, the red plates in competition.
She does it comfortably.
I mean, okay.
3 white lights and a good lift for Sanchez Gutierrez.
It looked like she had more.
I'm not sure if she's happy with that. It's a little hard to read, but these Spaniards, they
Yeah,
don't show
she
a lot
is
of
looking
emotion.
so strong, and maybe being on home
77.5
soil is giving her that little
England.
advantage and
Spain
confidence
Zotir.
boost.
Bar is loaded for Spain Zotir of Iceland. Trempe to get ready, and then we
We
are
now
into the
have
second
Kristin
flight.
Ingun Sveinsdottir from Iceland retaking 77.5 kilos after missing it on her second.
This time I'm not going to predict any technical foul. I'm just going to let the action happen and hope for the best out of Kristin Ingun.
I'm a little bit worried the bar dip there, or a lot worried, yeah.
Unfortunately, that is no lift.
Yeah,
Blues
3
across
blue
the
lights for
board.
downwards movement during the way
Last
up.
lift in round 3 for the first
Yeah,
flight. The bar
that's
is
tough
loaded at
because, the
85
strength is
kilos.
clearly there.
Lola
Just gets
Trempe
called
of
on that technical
Switzerland.
foul, but yeah, the bar dips.
She tried to erase that sticking point but took a different bar path and the bar went down, unfortunately.
Our final bench press of this flight before heading through to the 74 kilo B group. Lola Trempe from Switzerland, 85 kilos for a new personal best. 2.5 kilo jump from her second.
Great third attempt.
Yeah, it's a good fight from Lola. And 2-1 in good lift. Does get a yellow from the right side referee. So have a look at that again in the replay. This is the side, of course, she gets the white from.
Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen. We are moving into the 74 kilo
Definitely wobbles.
Yep.
And that concludes the first flight of benching. We can see here Sanchez Gutierrez walking away with gold in the 47s and silver Beglashvili from Georgia with 65, and in bronze we have Clark from Ireland with 60 kilos. We head straight through now to the 74 kilo men. Just a reminder, this is the B group. We'll see the 74 kilo A group this afternoon with, of course, Chell Backlund treating us.
Yeah, the one and only Chell Backlund competing as a 74.
Yeah, back to his roots.
I mean, must be hard to maintain 66 all year long, so I can understand him.
Now David Blecher from Poland, 130 kilos.
Once again, a very convincing opener out of the Polish. 3 white lights, a good lift.
137.5 going onto the bar.
His squat opener was also very convincing. Then he made a massive jump. Is he going to do the same in the bench press event? We'll see that in about 7 attempts.
Yeah, Andre Dye now from Ireland, 137.5 kilos. Opening 10 kilos below his best. Had a bit of trouble with his opener on squat, you know, in not getting that because of depth, but made up some ground.
He looked too strong for his own good.
Let's hope bench press is a little less dramatic as a start for him. Man, that's lovely. Oh, he gets a yellow from the centre referee, I think perhaps for jumping in command, but I think like his squat, there's just a lot of power behind the lifting.
Because Bia didn't lift from the bench, couldn't be that.
No, and the jury seem happy for it to remain a good lift for Andre. Flavio Scuderi from Belgium, 142.5 kilos. 7.5 kilos below his personal best. Just talking to the spotters and loaders there, asking for a specific type of handout. You know, you've got the time to, and if you want to give them the hand and how you'd like it, it can be worth.
And a bad handoff can throw you off really bad, so you might want to take that time.
Yeah, obviously the caveat of that is if you need to re-rack, you only have 20 seconds left now.
Big arch out of Flavio. And I'm not surprised by that red card from the chief referee. We'll obviously have a look at the replay.
Yeah, watch that again in the replay. And it looks a little bit better on the replay there, actually.
Just that right elbow maybe being too tucked in. It looks borderline, but it might pass. We'll see if the jury wants to take a look at it.
Oh yeah, and just as I was worried about Dye from Ireland's lift has been overturned to a no lift by the jury, I think, for butt lift. So I think they'll have a minute to change that attempt, but for now it is a no lift on the board. So again, not a great start to the bench press for him, but for now we have Francesco Bocciasile from Italy, 150.
Quite a big range of motion for him.
Yeah, at least we won't have to worry about that elbow depth.
For sure. And he makes pretty easy work out of that 150.
I mean, we weren't too sure about where his squats were going to go based off his opener, and he just kept going and going, so it may be the case for bench as well.
Yeah.
Now that's Damla Mahans from Latvia, 150 kilos. Has been competing for 10 years. Decade in. Still getting close to your personal bests.
I would say pretty hard for an opener.
3 white lights and a good lift.
It's a good lift. However, we'll have to see what kind of jumps he makes. Again, like you said, some countries have a certain style, some lifters have a certain style where they'll open close to their max and incrementally jump up from there. But like you said, it's a little tough. Josh Ola from Ireland now, opening with 152.5 kilos. Just missed out on that final squat, but based off his first two, looking very strong.
Strong opener.
Yeah, very comfortable for Josh there. 3 white lights, a good lift.
160 kilos going on the bar for Giacomo Ginori, followed by
Fresh off the juniors, already showing his skills in the open.
The bar is
Yeah, and new to the sport. I'm sure we'll see him continue to grow. Giacomo Ginori from Italy, 160 kilos. Again, just opening 5 kilos below his personal best. Had a phenomenal squat session.
And as you said for Joshua, I wouldn't be surprised to see him in the 83s in the near future.
Yeah, still very young.
Very young and already looking so strong.
Let's see if Giacomo can make his bench move as well as his squats did.
A lot of internal rotation. Almost a jab grip. And he
Very
makes great
comfortable.
use of it.
3 white lights and a good lift for
3 white lights, a good lift. Yeah, and everybody's so different when it comes to lifting. Different anatomy, different leverages, and they have to lean into their skills and to their anatomy.
Laha and Dai, be ready.
Now we have our heaviest opener of the flight, Adel Al-Lankawi from Switzerland, 160 kilos, opening 8 kilos below his Swiss national record, I imagine it to be, with 168. Again, had a little bit of a troublesome start squats, just some depth issues, so let's hope this does not follow in the footsteps of squats.
And judging by the length of his arm, depth should be fine.
And it looks like it would be as well. Yeah, as a nice opener, it's a good lift.
Very explosive.
Yeah, makes really light work of 160. It's really lovely. Perhaps looking to take home a national record again with him today. Of course, can't chip it here at an international, but can certainly surpass it. And that concludes our opening rounds with all bar one lifter getting a bench in the board. You can see here that being Dai from Ireland. But hopefully here in his second attempt, now they've dropped it to retake instead. Once they got the memo, it was overturned.
Yeah, history seems to repeat itself now for Paul Andre.
137.5 kilos once again. Not the day he wanted, but the one he's given, and you have to work with what you're given.
Yeah, adapt and overcome.
Just needs to keep those glutes down on the bench. That's what the jury overturned him for, I believe. And he is on the board. 3 white lights, a good lift, and like we said, a pretty similar scene that we saw from him on squats, unfortunately, but safely on the board. And luckily, deadlift is the least technical of the 3.
True. But you don't want to skip the only command you have in deadlift.
David Blacher now from Poland, 140 kilos, a 10 kilo jump from his opener. Pretty sizable jump here in the 74s. But similar to the style we saw in his squats, I believe.
Yeah, he made a 15 kilo jump, I think, from the first to the second. Now a 10 kilo jump in the bench press event for a 7.5 kilo personal best, which is already massive. And it's pretty hard. but he gets locked out, and 3 white lights it is. A good lift.
150 kilos going on the bar for Flavio Scuderi, followed by Bocasile and Dan Lamayans.
It's just the lockout part that gets tricky for him.
The bar
It's
is
strong off the
loaded.
chest. But I would be conservative
150
with that third
kilos
attempt
for
if I were him.
Flavio Scuderi.
We have Flavio Scuderi from Belgium, 150 kilos, a matched personal best should he make this 7.5 kilo jump from his opener. Like we said, still only 22 years old, so still another year left as a junior.
And with the sport developing, it is more and more common to see juniors defying the odds and beating the open, so we'll see what happens for him in the near future. A bit of a segmented eccentric part.
And that is a good lift, 3 white lights. Yeah, you do see it often with lifters. You see it in squat and bench where they almost have 2 parts to the beginning of their lift.
But no right card this time.
No, which is great to see. Francesco Bocasile from Italy.
And the bar is loaded for Francesco
155 kilos, a 5 kilo jump, and this will be a 2.5 kilo personal best for Francesco should he get this. Slow but steady. A nice second attempt there for Francesco, and a good lift and a new personal best.
Yeah, I think it was a great call for a second attempt. From this one you can easily gauge what he has left if you know him correctly.
And the bar is loaded at 155.
Marat Damlamahans from Latvia, 155 kilos to match his personal best. Now, I think you mentioned before that you thought this was quite a hard opener for him. So let's see what 5 kilos does here. Not a huge jump, but obviously not opting for the minimum jump that you can make of 2.5.
Yeah, 5 kilo in the bench press event is a lot of difference. He missed the command there, didn't stop at all on the chest.
Yeah, and as you can feel it in your hands getting a little heavier, I think some lifters do tend to press when they think they can rather than when they're told to.
Yeah, I think he anticipated this lift being very difficult and jumped the command.
Yeah, and I worry that if he does listen for the command the next time, maybe the strength won't be there. That's why we practice with pauses and training.
Especially after skipping that one. You empty the tank even a bit more. Not your best bet.
160 kilos on the bar now for Josh Ola from Ireland. 7.5 kilo jump, leaving him just 2.5 kilos shy of his personal best on his second attempt.
Ooh.
Yeah, and that is tough.
That wasn't expected.
No, neither. I'm trying to gauge the conversation that the athlete is having with the coach, but I imagine the only place to go from here is to retake it.
I would think so too. I would have loved seeing it from the side. Maybe it slipped or something happened because I was not expecting that.
He has another shot at it. We'll see if they choose to retake it or save the energy. But for now, Giacomo Gamori from Italy, 167.5 kilos.
Still looking very strong.
Yeah, he's having a great day today. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Good lift for Jimo. Adel Alankawi, our final second attempt, going for the same weight, 167.5. The bar is loaded.
Our final second attempt before we head through to the third and final round of bench press here in this morning's session. Adel Al-Lankawi from Switzerland, 167.5 kilos, just half a kilo below his personal best and Swiss record.
His opener was very, very explosive, very convincing.
Just see him dusting off the bench press there. Very similar style there for a second, maintains.
Yeah, I think he's due for a PB today.
Yeah, absolutely. I think perhaps the safe bet would be going 170 and just look to take that national record slightly higher.
I would do that. But is he going to?
That's the question. I guess we'll have to see what Team Switzerland put on the board. But leading currently is Al-Lankawi, followed by Gimori and Bocchesile. But as mentioned before, the 74B group, the 74A group will be following later.
And we have some great benches in that group.
Oh, absolutely. David Blacher now from Poland, 145 kilos for a new personal best on his third attempt. Unfortunately, just a little bit too much today.
For Blaha. 147.5 going on the bar for Paul-Andre Dai, and the bar is loaded. He'll be followed by Scuderi and Damla Mayans.
We now have Andre Dai from Ireland, 147.5 kilos, opting for that 10 kilo jump after unfortunately having his opener overturned to a no lift and then getting it on his second.
And originally his second attempt was 145.
Yeah.
So now he's opting to do 147.5 instead. Might be a case of covering some ground again.
Yeah, similar to squats, I think probably landing somewhere between that second and third attempt, getting as many kilos as he can sensibly with one jump.
This time, it's gonna bite him back.
Big effort from the Irishman, but unfortunately a no lift.
Yeah, unfortunately it was just a little bit too much there of a jump after having to tax himself retaking that opener. You know, physically but emotionally, I'm sure as well.
The bar is loaded at 155 for Flavio Scuderi.
Yeah, it must be frustrating.
We now have Flavio Scuderi from Belgium, 155 kilos, a 5 kilo jump from his second for a new personal best. That's a huge fight, but unfortunately still no successful third attempt in this flight yet.
Things not going well so far.
No, they're all really pushing themselves, trying to get every kilo they absolutely can on the day, but it is an extremely fine line between, well, what you have and what you don't.
They know they're not fighting towards final placing, so they want to extract maximum performance. And sometimes you're gonna fail.
Yeah, there's little to lose. There's no titles on the line from the B group in most cases. 157.5 kilos for Marat Damlamahans from Latvia after missing 155 on his second. Can he be the first lifter to make the third attempt in this flight?
He went up.
He did. Wow. That is insane. I'm not sure if the bar dipped. I'm hoping I didn't see that, but yeah.
That is going to be a no lift.
That was a crazy fight nonetheless.
Yeah, you cannot take that away from him. That is
Wow.
grind of a lifetime.
And the bar is loaded.
Wow.
Followed by Ola and
He has
Jimori.
heart. He does have heart. But still, no successful attempt so far.
Yeah, and that is after 4 lifters. Let's hope Francesco Botticile from Italy can change that with 160. He's been looking strong so far today. Let's hope he can break that curse. Wow.
What is going on, Amelia?
There is something in the air, and let's hope the last 3 lifters did not breathe it in.
3 attempts so far, no successful lifts in the third
Only
round.
3 more
160 kilos
attempts
for
to
Joshua
go.
Ola.
Let's
Yeah.
hope for 3 successful attempts.
Like we said, with the, they're definitely pushing themselves as they're not in battles, but you want to try and squeeze out every kilo you can, and it's a good place to get a bigger total, and that means maybe not making these risks. Josh Ola now retaking 160 after a surprise, really, for us of him not getting that on his second.
Yeah, it looked like a technical issue, but was it once again?
Let's hope he can tune in and push with intent. Get this now on his third.
It looks better.
So much better. Manages to lock it out. 2-1, a good lift, and our first good lift of this third flight. Josh manages to get that 160 on the board and add an extra 7.5 kilos to his total.
And what would that blue be for?
I think it would have been for downwards movement, but I didn't see the bar
Yeah,
dip.
I think it might have just stopped on the right side for a quick millisecond, but we didn't see it go down.
Yeah, which the bar it can stop for more than a millisecond, and that is okay.
Yeah, if you want to grab a picture mid-movement, you
Yeah.
can. We got a partner today here at Total Focus, which lifters can buy a whole pack of photos from, so why not?
Get the good shot. 172.5 kilos for Giacomo Gamori from Italy. 5 kilo jump from his second. The curse is broken. Let's hope it stays that way. And based on his performance today, it's looking good.
Who will be the biggest bencher of the B group? It is between Giacomo Cimori and Adel Alankawi.
An incredible fight from Giacomo, but no. We see him fumble for the first time today. Now that is a surprise.
He's been so technically sound so far today, but this one is not going up. 172.5, a no lift from Mr. Giacomo.
Our final bencher of the flight, Adel Al-Lankawi from Switzerland. 172.5 kilos. Should he make this, he'll be the heaviest bencher of this flight. And take away a Swiss national record. We said the sensible decision would be 170 just to secure that record, but he's gone up 5 kilos. So we'll see how this works out for him.
Let's hope for some controlled explosiveness out of Adel.
Wow. Great effort. I don't think the bar dipped, but we'll have to wait and see.
I'm kind of worried it didn't. 3 white lights for Adel, a good lift, and a new personal best for him, which might be some record of some sort.
Yeah, and it was scrappy, but it works for him. Great effort, and that concludes the bench press for the 74B group. We're going to head into a 10-minute break now before deadlift, so don't go anywhere, and we will see you then. Hello and welcome back to the 2025 European Open Classic Powerlifting Championships here in Malaga, Spain. And we have for you the deadlifts now to conclude the 47 kilo lifters. We have the 52 and 74 kilo B groups. You can see here the results and the subtotals so far. Really the only ones we're looking at, Alex, are the 47s, as the others are B groups and have more lifters to follow.
I'm excited to see the first deadlifts of the championship.
Absolutely, the competition doesn't start till the first deadlift drops. You need a deadlift on the board to complete your total. You need one of each lift. Just changing up what's on the bar there. I think a slight loading error, but bar is loaded for Mary Beglashvili from Georgia, 115 kilos. And with each successful deadlift attempt we see, a total is made.
And the first deadlift of the championship is a good lift, 3 white lights.
Sets a good omen for the rest of the time here.
Clark and Trempe get
Surely.
ready. Bar is loaded for Miriam.
Now, new favourite to win and walk away European champion Miriam Sanchez Gutierrez from Spain, 120 kilos. Of course, just worth mentioning one last time, the Italian lifter Mary unfortunately did not make weight. Open the door up here.
Yeah, in the absence of Stephanie Chapon, she found herself to be the leader of the class. Difficult shoes to fill, but she's doing it well.
Bit of a sticky lockout there, but once it is made, and it is 3 white lights, she is in a very strong position. Not completely uncatchable, but a strong position for that gold.
Yeah, at least the total is secured. But we'll see how the opener for Joanne Clark moves, because she looks to be the only contender for Miriam Sanchez Gutierrez.
We now have Joanne Clark from Ireland in a very strong silver position, and if Sanchez Gutierrez messes up whatsoever, potentially can push, but 12.5 kilo gap in the 47s is quite a meaty one to fill.
It is 2 jumps, I think.
But 125 now for Joanne would certainly secure her a strong chance of silver at the very least.
Joanne has the advantage of being the lightest of the 2.
And it is a good lift, 3 white lights, it secures her total.
She looks happy with that one.
Get ready, and the bar is loaded. Lola Trempe, Switzerland, 1.
She's been smiling all morning long.
Now have Lola Trempe from Switzerland, 125 kilos. Really overextends that lockout position.
It is a good lift, 3 white lights.
And a good lift, 3 white lights. Lifters often do that to show that they are locked out, but sometimes it can give them the opposite issue at times, but looks very good on Lola.
Yeah, at times it make it also too hard on the grip, and it gives up on the bar. It's a fake friend. Do not overextend your deadlift lockouts.
Stephanie Verhulst from Belgium, 132.5 kilos.
Just what you want out of an opener.
Yeah, good lift, 3 white lights.
135 on the bar for Mariam Sanchez of Georgia. The last
No messing about. Rips and rips it.
The bar is loaded for Sanchez of Georgia.
Mariam Chechkladze from Georgia, 135 kilos. And just 5 kilos below her personal best.
And she's receiving support out of no one else than Timur Samkoradze.
A lovely easy opener for Mariam there.
Yeah, that looked
Pretty
great.
white light and a good lift. 135 on the bar. The Jana Koski-Pasi of Finland. Bar is loaded. Spines up here. Muscolino, get ready.
Yeah, big Georgian constituency this championships, which is really cool to see.
Yeah, more and more lifters out of Georgia.
Jana Koski-Pasi from Finland, 135 kilos.
One of those toes to plate sumo. Don't want to mess around when pulling that bar down to the floor. Very smooth.
Good lift.
And a good lift, 3 white lights.
135 on the bar. Kristun England Svinesdal here of Iceland, and the bar is loaded. Muscolino, Mardas, get ready. Last 3 lifts in round 1.
And we are flying through with just 3 openers left remaining in this flight of lifters. The next being Christian Ingun Sveinsdottir with 135 kilos from Iceland. Very comfortable looking opener. 2 to 1, a good lift. Just an issue with the lockout position there from the far side referee.
Yeah, that right shoulder got me worried. It looked very much in front of the torso, especially with the inscription on the shirt. It gives like the shoulder is even more in front of the torso, but it looks like the lift will stand. It looks convincing enough for the jury.
147.5 kilos now for Yuli Muscolino from Belgium. Oh, that is a difficult opener, but we've thought the same for her squat and her bench, and she's managed to make it work.
That's 2 to 1, a good lift with a blue.
She does get a blue from the far side referee. We'll watch again in the replay. I'm wondering if that's for assisting the bar.
The bar is loaded at
Yeah, just there with the legs.
That was the downward movement.
And some jury members are shaking their head, but they don't seem to all agree on that one. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, and the decision must be unanimous, and it doesn't seem like they agreed to overturn it to a no lift. So Muscolino's looks like it will stick. Now the heaviest opener of the flight for Joanna Mardas from Poland, 152.5.
The first beltless pull.
Yeah, beltless, conventional, you cannot get more raw than that. 3 white lights, a good lift. A bit of a speed wobble at the top there, but the bar didn't div at all.
And I want to give props to that Spanish loading crew. They are so fast, and it's so important to have those guys here to dictate the rhythm of the competition.
Yeah, absolutely. It has absolutely flown by so smoothly this morning because of them. And we can see here now the results as we stand for deadlift with the 47s and the 52B group as we head through to the second round. Maria Beglashvili from Georgia, 125 kilos, a 10 kilo jump from her opener. A little more common to see these bigger jumps in deadlift. It's nice and comfortable still for her. Just waiting for that final light. We'll have a look at that again in the replay, but I can't imagine too much wrong with it.
It looked pretty good.
Can we go thumbs up, thumbs down, please? Was that a good lift? That was a good lift. Bar is loaded at 127.5 kilos. So
That is a good lift, just having some technical issues there. But the show goes on with Miriam Sanchez Gutierrez from Spain opting for a 7.5 kilo jump. 127.5.
And we already have members of the media team rushing to correct the issue.
Now, should Miriam make this, it will be a hard job for Clark to catch up. This is really the make or break lift for her, I would imagine.
We were mentioning the lockout was quite hard. Once again, it is.
Yeah, and it's a bit of a two-part deadlift. As long as the bar didn't dip, she should be okay. But like I said, she's now in potentially a little bit of danger with.
Yeah, she opens the door for Joan Clark, and I would not made that jump. I would have been more conservative
Yeah, I
if I
mean,
were Miriam and her coach.
listen to this, Alex. If Sanchez Gutierrez doesn't get another deadlift in, and Clark just makes her second, she's only 2.5 kilos behind to push on that third
And she's lighter on body weight.
with a bigger deadlift. So we'll have to see how that works out. 130 now for Lola Trempe.
That's a good lift.
The right light's a good lift.
Yeah, again, still moving really, really nicely.
Next weight on the bar is 135 kilos for Joanne Clark. And the bar is loaded for Clark.
And the second round
Now,
of
this
deadlift
could be
already
pivotal,
looking very
because
interesting and
Sanchez
promising.
Gutierrez did not get her 127.5
Everything's yet
kilos.
to be decided in the
Clark could
47s.
be able to close the gap here.
And totals are being built in the 52s, but for now it is Joanne Clark from Ireland.
Yeah, we have Joanne Clark, 135. Like we said, if she makes this and makes it move well, she is putting the pressure on Sanchez Gutierrez, who for a moment there looked like a heavy favorite to win untouched, but Ireland is not going down without a fight. Let's see how this moves for Joanne, because it could be dangerous water for the Spanish team if she makes this look easy. And it's not
It's going to
easy.
be interesting.
Yeah, it's not easy, but it's smooth. 3 white lights, a good lift, and that leaves her just 2.5 kilos now behind Sanchez Gutierrez, fighting for that European title, a place that, you know, Joanne Clark probably didn't think she'd expect to be, nor Sanchez Gutierrez.
Yeah, the 47's proving to be unpredictable today.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember at the beginning of the session I said they'll be fighting for podium, and now fighting for the
First
title.
place. I mean,
We'll have to see. Jana Koskipasi from Finland, 140 kilos.
solid grip. And that pull looked even better than our opener. But the end's looking to be hurting as she drops the bar.
And that is a good lift, 3 white lights.
And she's very much looking at her hand. Maybe she might have teared up a finger or something.
Now we have Stephanie Verhulst from Belgium taking a 10 kilo jump to 142.5 for her second attempt.
Bar is loaded at 142.5 kilos for Stephanie Verhulst of Belgium.
Has a very basic style of lifting, bend down and pull. A rip and grip, if you will.
I like that, the rip and grip.
A lot of strength there.
She looks unfazed. This is what I do. I deadlift all year long, and 3 white lights is what I get.
Mariam Sekladze of Georgia, this for provisional deadlift gold, although we're only in round 2 and the bar is loaded. 145 kilos, Mariam Sekladze, Georgia.
We now have Mariam Tsetskladze from Georgia, 145 kilos, a huge deadlift, and I imagine should she get this, it'll put her into gold. We see one bigger deadlift from Clark currently on the board, but I imagine it's a placeholder to push Sanchez Gutierrez. Still smooth. Ooh.
Ooh.
2-1.
Yeah, just got called on a lockout there. Let's have a look at that again in the replay. And Alex, tell me what you think about that.
We need to look both at the shoulders and the knees for that one.
Get ready.
Yeah, I think I agree. Was never properly locked out.
It's definitely a tough call. You know, she has quite a narrow grip and it does pull the shoulders forward
Yeah,
somewhat.
but also that left knee was like 50-50, so if you make these two information, I'm not so sure it was locked out.
We now have Kristen Ingun Sveinsdottir from Iceland, 145 kilos, a 10 kilo jump from her opener.
I remember she got a red from the left side referee. This time it's not the case.
Yeah, not anymore. She proved that she can lock it out in a way all three are happy with.
Get ready. Bars loaded. 150 kilos. Julie Muscolino, Belgium.
It looked better.
150 kilos for Yuli Muscolino from Belgium, a 2.5 kilo jump. The opener was pretty tough, and 2.5 kilo jump from first to second on deadlift is a little bit more rare.
Yeah, it's very unusual, but I think this time it was a sensible decision,
Yeah.
especially looking at that attempt.
Wow, what an incredible effort from Julie there.
I mean, you got to give her props for this attempt. 3 white lights after a big grind.
Great job.
Yeah, that's
And now a 10 kilo jump.
You know what, I've seen crazier things, I've got to say, but I think for today, maybe Team Belgium know that's the maybe the limit. And our final deadlift, we're heading into the final round. Here we have Joanna Madas from Poland taking a 10 kilo jump to 162.5. And now this is just 2.5 kilos above her personal best, so this will be a new PB for her on her second attempt should she make this.
I feel like it looks like a second attempt should. No baby powder on the thighs, just raw pulling.
Yeah, excellent effort, good lift.
Super close between Sanchez Gutierrez and Clark of Spain and Ireland respectively. Obviously Sanchez Gutierrez has the hometown.
Now I'm excited, Amelia.
Yeah, there is a big dogfight coming up in the 47s, and Clark from Ireland has the advantage in being able to deadlift after Sanchez Gutierrez and see what they do. So Team Ireland will be watching nearby to see now what Miriam Sanchez Gutierrez, who we thought after the Italians dropped out, the favourite to win, is being pressured by Team Ireland. 127.5, missed it on her second, which left the door open for Joanne Clark. She needs this in order to push Joanne Clark to pull a Hail Mary in an attempt for the win.
And originally she put in 130, she dropped it back to 127.5, which is, I think, the sensible decision.
Yeah, Joanne is the lightest, as you said earlier in the class, so we'll just have to match her.
She needs to be precise with that lockout. She has the strength.
Well, it got a little sticky towards lockout last time, so just needs to...
Looks better.
Looks a lot better, and that puts the pressure on.
Oh no. Not the technical issue right now, please.
So we're looking for the referees.
Okay, can we go thumbs up, thumbs down?
Thumbs up, thumbs down.
And it is 3 white lights, a good lift.
Okay, good lift. Okay.
I mean, it's the best thing ever for the suspense. I mean,
yeah, I mean, it certainly must have felt like a lifetime. It is a good lift, and I'm sure we're going to see either a Hail Mary. Yeah, they're looking to match it, which actually only is a 10 kilo jump for Joanne, so not completely out of the picture yet.
It's a big ask, but not impossible.
But for now, we have Mary Beglashvili from Georgia, 127.5 kilos, looking to pull into deadlift bronze. And it's pretty easy. 3 white lights, a good lift, moves into deadlift bronze for the time being. No, she takes deadlift bronze, so she is lighter than Sanchez Gutierrez.
Bar is loaded, 135 kilos, Trempe, Switzerland.
Lola Trempe now from Switzerland, 135 kilos, a 5 kilo jump from her second.
She had a great day so far for such an inexperienced lifter, sorry. A great show out on that European stage. One last deadlift 5 kilo jump for a PB.
It's scrappy. She manages to lock it out. Was it smooth enough?
I'm sorry,
Unfortunately
there was some
not.
downward movement there,
Yeah, it would
clearly.
be
That is no lift.
all blue
Unanimous
supporting on her
blue
thighs.
cards all around. Right there.
Follow that time
I
pay.
thought this was a placeholder. 145 on the bar for Joanne
Yeah,
Clark
it's
of
just,
Ireland. She
unfortunately,
already
the
has
bar
deadlift
did dip. It was
gold.
a bit too hard
Well,
today.
that's
But
provisional, but if she
now
gets
we
this,
have
she
the
walks
lift that
out
we've
of
been
here
waiting for. The lift of the morning. Joanne Clark coming on, beaming 145 kilos, another 10 kilo jump, and this will pull her into gold overall, make her European champion ahead of Sanchez Gutierrez, taking it away from the Spanish lifter on home soil. This will be a 5 kilo personal best. Not quite a Hail Mary, but it will be a big push.
Yep, this is the deadlift we've been waiting for. Make or break moment. This might be an historic pull for the Irish lifter Joanne Clark.
It
145.
It absolutely is. This is phenomenal effort. And she breaks the ground, but it is just too heavy, unfortunately.
I'm sorry to
But
say
it was
that
well
is
worth
just
pushing
too
for.
much
There was no
on
way
the
they
course.
weren't going to go
That
for
is
that.
no
Yes,
lift
of
for
course.
Clark.
How often can you say you pulled for the win
145 on the bar for Jana Koski-Pasi of
at a European
Finland.
Championships? Well done to Joanne and Team Ireland there.
Yeah, love the attitude today. Great show out.
The bar is
Still
loaded
walks
at
away currently in
145
silver
kilos.
overall. I
For
haven't
Koski-Pasi
seen
of
any
Finland.
Georgian lifters coming out to push that total with Tetskladze. 145 kilos for Jana Koski-Pasi from Finland. Now we've seen that Georgian number come in, and they will be pushing Clark.
As they should. They've already secured the bronze medal position. Come on, Jana.
I think we have a
And it is a
Can we
good
go
lift,
thumbs,
3
please?
white lights.
Thumbs, referees. Oh, it's there. 3 white lights and a good lift. I'm sorry I doubted you, ladies. I'll buy you a beer later. 150 on the bar for Stephanie Verhulst, and the bar is loaded for Verhulst of Belgium. Muscolinos finds Zofia. Get ready.
Stephanie Verhulst from Belgium, 150 kilos to match her personal best on this third and final attempt.
That would give her a 355 kilo total, 7.5 kilo personal best in total. It's a grip and grind this time, but she gets it. 3 white lights.
Yeah, and there's no point leaving extra kilos on your third attempt.
She emptied the tank and walked out with a new personal best. Congratulations.
We're not talking about placings in the 52s because it's a B group. The bar is loaded at 152.5.
We now have Julie Muscolino from Belgium taking another 2.5 kilo jump, and we thought she'd be done with 150, so looking forward to another great grind from Muscolino here.
Might as well try.
Like you said, it's the last lift of the day. You're not conserving energy for anything else now.
Wow.
That is insane, but I think, yep, she's just stuck there. She found her limit.
Sadly not today for Julie. That is no lift.
But she's in great spirit.
On the bar.
She knows she gave it all she had today.
Tetskladze, Mardas, get ready.
Three lifts remaining before we head through to the 74 kilo B group immediately afterwards.
Of Iceland.
Kristin Ingen Sveinsdottir from Iceland looking to rally the crowd to give her some support. 152.5 kilos for a 1 kilo personal best. I imagine to take home an Icelandic deadlift record there.
Come on.
is a great effort there from Sveinsdottir, and it seems to mean a lot to her.
It is
2-1, a good lift, a new PB, and a new national record, I imagine.
Yeah, I think that was right on the money. Great call by the Icelandic coaching staff.
Yeah, you could have not added a feather to that bar. It was the perfect number. Mariam Teskladze now from Georgia. Now she is looking to push Joanne Clark out of place. It will also move her into deadlift gold ahead of Joanne. 155 kilos, missed 145 on her second. This will be a 15 kilo personal best should she make it.
Yeah, big ask. But she's already secured bronze, so why not attempt it?
Yeah, this one was a bit more of a Hail Mary than
Yep.
Joanne's, but like you said, she's already secured bronze and she's already secured deadlift silver, so
There was nowhere else to go.
exactly. She could have added a couple of extra kilos or reattempted, but her position in any case wouldn't have changed. And now to our final deadlift of this first flight of the championships. Joanna Mardas from Poland. 170 kilos, a huge final pull. It'll be a 7.5 kilo jump, as well as a 7.5 kilo personal best. And of course, currently sat in deadlift gold, subject to change with the A group to follow this afternoon. Oh, there's a huge grind. She keeps it moving, but I think she might be locked.
This is where our baby powder would have came in handy.
A lesson to be learned, perhaps, but what a phenomenal effort from Mardas.
Yeah, it was almost there. It was almost there. That was a great first group.
Absolutely phenomenal. And we can see here where the 47s landed. We had Teskladze from Georgia in bronze with 287.5 kilo total, just 5 kilos ahead of her teammate. We then have in silver, after momentarily having gold in sight, Joanne Clark from Ireland with 305 kilo total, and your new European champion on home soil with 315 kilos, Miriam Sanchez Gutierrez of Spain. We now head straight into the 74 kilo men's B group with David Blatcher from Poland kicking us off, 210 kilos.
We've seen him open very comfortably in the two previous events. Let's see how he can work with that 210 in the deadlift event. Pretty easy. Three white lights for David Blatcher.
Flavio Scuderi, 230 kilos, going on the bar. Ola and Damla Mayans, be ready. And the bar is loaded.
Flavio Scuderi from Belgium opening on 230 kilos.
He went 1 for 3 in the squat event, 2 for 3 in the bench press event. Let's hope for it 3 for 3 in the deadlift event. Convincing opener.
And 3 white lights, a good lift. Of course, you can breathe a sigh of relief once you've got that first deadlift in, that you've secured a total. Now it is really just a case of pushing.
Bar is loaded.
Another attempt just to secure a total is Joshua Ola from Ireland, 235. We know he can pull way more than this, so it was going to be easy, and it is 3 white lights.
240 kilos going on the bar for Marat Damlamayans.
I know he's made some great progress in the deadlift event. I'm hoping for at least 260
The bar
out of
is
Joshua Voles today.
loaded.
Yeah, let's see what the day gives him today. Now Marat Damlamahans from Latvia, 240 kilos. Had that mega grind on bench. Let's hope it didn't empty the tank too much here for deadlifts.
And I'm hoping he can wait for the only command of the deadlift event, which is the down he just received. Signal by the voice and a hand gesture by the chief referee.
And it is a good lift. 3 white light secures that total.
And the bar is loaded. Giacomo Di Mori.
We now have Giacomo Gimori from Italy. 260 kilos, I believe. 5 for 6 so far. Looked really strong today, just losing out on that final bench.
Opening pretty close to his personal best, just 5 kilos shy.
Yeah, and with this, he would give himself a 2.5 kilo total PB already. Wow.
The Italian continues to be on today.
Yeah, that was a picture-perfect sumo.
Just waiting for the referee lights.
Can't imagine too much wrong with that, so let's have a look at the replay again while we wait for the lights.
Referees, can you do a thumbs up, thumbs down?
Yeah, it's
For the
lovely.
cards, okay.
And it is 3 white lights, a
Three
good
white lights
lift.
and a good lift.
There wasn't any doubt.
270 kilos of
No,
the
I would have been very, very surprised if I saw something wrong with that.
Followed by
Andre
Bocasile and Alan
Dye
Howard.
now from Ireland, 270 kilos, opening 20 kilos below
The
his
bar
personal
is
best.
loaded.
He's had a frustrating day so far. Missing both of his openers.
Yeah, and technical issues as well. So let's hope that he secures his total and can have a little bit more fun with deadlifts.
I'm expecting a hook grip, looking at the chalk on his thumbs. And
There
hook
it
grip
is.
it is. Is it locked out enough? Yes, it is. No
Yeah.
troubles with this opener this time.
The thing is, it did look good, and I think both of us were a bit hesitant after
Yeah, because
before to say anything.
with the trajectory of his competition today,
Followed at the same weight by Alan
I didn't want to
Howard.
jinx him.
Yeah, but deadlift's looking strong. Plenty left in the tank, and I imagine to see some big jumps from him.
Yeah, I'm at least 15 on this one.
Now to our penultimate deadlift of the flight on the openers. 280 kilos, which both the next 2 lifters will take. The first of which, Francesco Bocasile, 280 kilos.
Very different style. This time it's conventional with mixed grip. That looked pretty easy.
Yeah, still very clean though. But
That is a
unfortunately,
2-to-1
I was wondering that the FAR referee not quite happy with the lockout. I think the way that he ends can be hard to tell. We'll have a look here at the replay.
Also going for 280 kilos. Followed by Blaha
I think the
Suderi.
right shoulder looks good, but it's that left shoulder that is worrying me.
Jury are looking over it, but I think it will remain a good lift. Yes, it will. Now have Adela Alenquai from Switzerland, 280 kilos, opened at last in bench and again here in deadlift.
The jury didn't intervene so much in this first flight. They seem to agree in most cases with the referees on the platform, which is a great sign.
Again, another lovely snappy sumo.
There's 3 white lights.
And 3 white lights, a good lift. All 8 lifters secured their total, and that's what we love to see.
And Adel seemed to have picked on something that he didn't like on the platform, maybe a bump or something. And he asked his coach to tell the spotters to push the bar forward, his next attempt. Thanks to the media team we can pick up some of these details because we are very, very close to the action, right behind the jury, very close to the platform.
Yeah, best seats in the house this time.
Absolutely.
David Blatter from Poland, 230 kilos, a 20-kilo jump. I suspected a big jump from the Polish lifter here to match his personal best. Definitely slowed down, but it was so steady. It makes me think he definitely has a good amount left in him.
I think it's not as difficult as his previous second attempt.
No, not by any means.
The bar is loaded for Flavio Scuderi.
We now have Flavio Scuderi from Belgium, 245 kilos, another lifter opting for a 15-kilo jump. Just 2.5 kilos shy of his personal best. Had a bit of a wobble at the top there. I'm hoping it happened after the down command. I think that's probably what he's looking for as well.
It's a 2-to-1.
Yeah, so one referee does think it happened after the down command, before the down
right
command.
here.
Yeah.
Joshua Ola of Ireland. The bar is loaded.
Just a split second before the down command.
But the jury are happy with it remaining a good. This is a good seat to see what the jury are talking about, isn't it?
Yep.
Joshua Ola now from Ireland, 245 kilos, a 10-kilo jump from his opener.
Still looking pretty strong.
And actually, unconventional to conventional, you know, it's slower off the ground and quicker at lockout, which is normally what you see with sumo. It's quite interesting. You can see that here in the replay. A little slower to the knee and then pops that lockout. Murat Damlamahans from Latvia, 255 kilos, a 15-kilo jump from his opener. And that's where you can see some of the 10 years of experience come in here.
Yeah, still looking pretty good. 3 white lights, a good lift for him.
It seems as well that he might be handling himself, so it adds another stress to the day.
And this is what only a very experienced lifter can do.
Giacomo Gimori from Italy, 275 kilos, a 15-kilo jump, and this would be a 10-kilo personal best on his second attempt should he make this. His opener was extremely snappy.
One of those lifters of the B group who's looking to push the rankings and make an appearance
Yeah, absolutely.
in the A group.
He would have, I imagine, just been on the absolute cusp of the split between the A and the B group and looking to prove a point which side of the fence he should be on. He's doing well of it.
Just waiting for the lights.
We're still missing the lights. It might be a thumbs up, thumbs down situation.
Referees, can we please have the cards?
And now they have cards.
And it is a good lift, 3 white lights,
3 white lights and a good lift.
and plenty left in the tank, it
290
seems.
kilos going on the bar for Paul Andre Dye of Ireland.
And with the podium in the A group looking to play around the 740 mark, Mr. Jimori is not so far off, looking at a 710-kilo total.
Andre Dye from Ireland, 290 kilos, taking a big 20-kilo jump here from his opener.
That would match his previous personal best.
This is a pretty sizable jump in any weight class, let alone the 74s.
You don't want to say anything. Yeah, me neither. And it's gonna be a 2-1 no lift, 1 yellow and 1 red card. The red for lack of lockout on that right shoulder, and I'm not so sure what that yellow.
300 kilos on the bar, loaded.
Yeah, the
for
coach goes to
Francesco
the jury and
Boccacile.
they're overlooking it, and it seems like they're just not happy with the position.
They are mimicking the gesture of the lack of lockout. So they seem to agree with the referees on the platform. It will be ruled a no lift.
Yeah, you can see the Irish coach doesn't quite agree with that, but you know, they'll have to make a decision there for the third. We have Francesco Boccacile from Italy, 300 kilos, another lifter opting for a 20 kilo jump, and let's see if this works out differently for him.
That would be a 1 kilo personal best for Francesco Boccacile.
Big milestone of 300 and a satisfying personal best.
That's quite the
Ooh.
milestone, but
It looks like the bar was slipping out of his hands. Did he make it in time? He looks disappointed.
I think he knows.
Although you don't want to look disappointed before you see the lights.
Yeah, you want to sell the attempt.
Cards, please, referees. Cards.
Yellow, because he missed the command on at the top. Yeah, it's gonna be a
Yeah,
yellow.
unfortunately,
I'm afraid there's
that
gonna
is
be a
3
no lift,
red
3 yellow cards for skipping
no
the down
lift.
command. 300 kilos stays on the
I mean, the
bar
strength
for
is there, but once your
Adela
grip starts
Lancawi.
going, that's the
Bar
one
is
thing that you
loaded.
absolutely cannot push through.
By Blaha and Scuderi.
Now we come to our final second attempt before the third attempts and concluding our first session of the championships. Adel Al-Lankawi from Switzerland, 20 kilo jump, looking for that 300 kilo total. To be a 5.5 kilo personal best should he make this, a huge milestone.
And as I mentioned, he wanted that bar in some other spot of the platform. And with that attention to detail, is he gonna be the first 300 kilo puller of the championship? The answer just now.
It looks like it. And that is 3 white lights, a good lift. And he looks happy, but not satisfied yet. There's still 1 lift left to
Yeah.
go.
How about 307.5 maybe?
I think whatever that will give him, that 700 total. Yep, that's 7.5 kilos there.
Starting off our final round, the bar
And
is
that
loaded.
heads us into the third and final round of deadlift to conclude this first session of the 2025 European Opens. 240 kilos for David Blacha from Poland.
We mentioned that his second attempt looked easier than his previous second attempt, so a 10 kilo jump for a 10 kilo personal best for David Blacha from Poland. Last one, empty the tank, come on. And he's gonna get it. And 3 white lights. He ends his competition with a 580 kilo total.
Followed by Ola and Damla Mayans. The bar is loaded for Flavio Scuderi at 250 kilos.
Flavio Scuderi from Belgium, 250 kilos, a 5 kilo jump from his second. Looking for a 2.5 kilo personal best. Final pull of the day.
And he knows this time he's not gonna get away with anticipating the down command. He needs to be precise.
Looks like he held it for long enough. And he did. 3 white lights, a good lift, and a strong end to the day for Scuderi.
252.5 going on the bar for Joshua Ola. to be followed by Damla Mayans and Jim
Yeah, that gives him a 630 kilo total.
We now have Josh Ola from Ireland, 252.5 kilos, looking for a 7.5 kilo jump, leaving him just shy of his personal best, but his second definitely looked a little bit harder than that opener, looking to end the day strong.
Yeah, you mentioned his unusual start for a conventional. Maybe he was not that convinced by his second attempt. He's looking at a 655 kilo total.
Wow. I think that just might be the way that he lifts, you know. And it is a good lift, 3 white lights. And that is the day done for Josh Ola. You can see he was a little
Underwhelmed?
precautious. Yeah, no, it was a little. It took him a little while to grip the bar. I think just perhaps a little anxious there.
Okay.
Hesitant, let's say. Murat Damlamahans from Latvia, 262.5 kilos.
And the bar is loaded.
The man who's handling himself today.
Damla Mayans,
Yeah, it's a big ask. It gives a lot more
262.5
to
kilos.
think about.
Yeah. Handling the timings correctly, the attempts. It's a two-man job.
It's just a little too much for him today.
And it's a big effort, but
Yeah, he
too
gassed out
heavy
after
today.
I
the
think
second attempt.
more than anything, it gives an objectivity of somebody else looking at your lifts and, you know, maybe meeting somewhere in the middle. I think it's when it's just you, perhaps you can push yourself a little bit too much, or the opposite direction, not give yourself enough credit.
True.
4 deadlifts remaining, and first of which is Giacomo Gamori from Italy, 282.5 kilos. This is 7.5 kilo personal best, looking for a 710 total. And like you said, looking to make a statement to the A group.
5 kilos.
He was very close to lifting in the A group. That would surely make him worthy the next time. Dai Giacomo, dai. Last attempt. Great effort.
3 white lights, a good lift for Giacomo. Great end to the day, 8 for 9. Certainly made that statement.
For a second time for
Yeah, I would surely be proud if I was him.
Just the
3 more
tiniest
deadlifts to go.
wobble separating him from a good lift on his second attempt. See if he can get it for his third.
We now have Andre Dye from Ireland, 290 kilos. Didn't quite get this on his second. Retaking it, which is the sensible thing to do, so give him a 662.5 total. And match his deadlift personal best. Not having the best day so far, so looking to end strong.
Come on, Ireland, let's see the flag.
Yeah, just not there today for Andre, unfortunately.
A no lift, just too heavy today. 300 kilos on the bar for Francesco Boccasile.
I think it's hard to not feel a little defeated at the end of the day after, you know, getting called on a couple of technical issues, getting lifts overturned, and it takes a lot of mental fortitude to keep pushing, so he's done an excellent job in doing that alone.
Yeah, it is hard when you're passionate
The bar is loaded. Francesco
not to feel too
Boccasile.
frustrated, but showing emotions is normal.
Yeah, absolutely, and I encourage it, you know, there's no need to hide them.
Yeah, just don't turn it into the referees.
Yeah, maybe not such a good idea. Francesco Boccasile from Italy, retaking 300 kilos after just losing grip and putting the bar down.
Yeah, he surely looked strong enough.
Yeah, it was a smidgen too early.
Just a matter of grip. You can see him hesitant with the end placing.
And again, just could not hold on to it. And look, like I said before, there is nothing you can do when grip goes.
So heartbreaking. And the last pull is not the pull we were expecting. It is a bit more, Amelia.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Although, you know, he's been moving the bar very, very quickly. He's looking strong, and this would take him over the threshold of 700 to 702.5. Perhaps just likes those clean jumps, the 10 kilos. Maybe that's what he's used to.
A nice round number.
Yeah, we'll see how that works out for him. It'll be a 10 kilo personal best on his total. It'll be a 10 kilo personal best on his deadlift. And the coach just asking for the spotters and loaders to roll the bar forwards. Opener was in the middle, second was at the back. He just wants to have a feel of the whole platform, you know. And here he goes, the last deadlift of the first session of the championships. Adel Al-Lankoui from Switzerland, 310 kilos for a 702.5 total.
Let's try and put the cherry on top of his performance today.
Both him and Gimori making quite the statement this morning.
He's had a pretty good squat, a very good bench, time for a very good deadlift.
Wow, look at that. It is so smooth. And it is a good lift, 3 white light.
Yeah, 310 was definitely the correct call.
Yeah, like I said, anything below definitely would have been there, but if you can get those extra couple kilos and you're confident of it, why not? And that concludes the first session of the championships, Alex, and a great session to start with.
Absolutely.
As you can see here, we have the standings and deadlift of the 74 kilo men with Al-Lankawi leading, followed by Gomori and Bocchesile, but that is subject to change as we have the B group this afternoon. We have the 52 and 74, sorry, A group at 2 p.m. local time. So these results we see on screen subject to change, although Al-Lankawi and Gomori making a statement heading into the 700s. We're going to head into the medal ceremony for the 47 kilo lifters, but catch us again at 2 p.m. local time for the 52 and 74 kilo A groups. We'll see them battle it out for the European title. We'll catch you then.
Yeah, see you there.
Okay, so first of all, everyone will be given their participation medals. The medals will be handed out today by EPF Honorary President Arnold Wallström and Sandro Rossi of the Executive Council of the EPF. From Norway and La Bella Italia, respectively. And it looks like everyone gets an ESN goodie bag from our sponsors ESN as well. If they've got any of the protein bars in there, you've done well, they're great. Late arrival at the end there. Wait for everyone to get their participation medals, goodie bag and a handshake. Are we good? Yeah, a few more. Okay, everyone has their participation medals. Now, it was only the 47 kilo class that was an A group, so only in the 47 kilo class are we talking about medals. And we begin with squat. Taking squat bronze with 97.5 kilos from Georgia, it is Mariam Sechkladze. Squat silver with 110 kilos goes to Ireland's Joanne Clark. Which means squat gold with 112.5 kilos goes to España's Miriam Sanchez Gutierrez.
I'm looking at you every time now, like, he's watching me, I know.
Congratulations, ladies. Well done. Thank you. And now to bench press. Taking bench press bronze with 60 kilos from Ireland is Joanne Clark. Bench press silver with 65 kilos goes to Mari Beglarashvili of Georgia. Bench press gold with 75 kilos goes to Spain's Miriam Sanchez Gutierrez. Congratulations, ladies. Thank you. And now to deadlift. It was hard fought, this one. In bronze medal position with 127.5 kilos, it's Georgia's Mari Beglarashvili. And then silver and gold are tied on body weight because 135 kilos for Georgia's Mariam Sechkladze got her silver. And 135 kilos for Ireland's Joanne Clark got her deadlift gold. Well done, ladies, thank you. And if you will return, thank you. We now come to announcing the 2025 47 kilo Open European Champion. In bronze medal position with 287.5 kilos from Georgia, Mariam Sechkladze. Overall silver with 305 kilos, it's Ireland's Joanne Clark. Which means, are you ready, Spain? Your 47 kilo European champion with a total of 315 kilos from España, Miriam Sanchez Gutierrez! Well done, ladies. I love it when it comes down to the last deadlift. Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for the national anthem of Spain. Thank you, ladies. Great competition. If you would please join your fellow competitors at the back of the platform. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving these ladies and gentlemen